after school, 3 o'clock in the parking lot. You try and run, I'm gonna track you down. You go to a teacher, it's only gonna get worse.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. The Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Cora.
What a time to be alive. We got the NBA season almost over. Golden State 1 win away from a sweep. The Stanley Cup Finals. It could be over tonight. Las Vegas, it could be all over tonight. As the Golden Knights will try to battle back Game 5 tonight. Washington's up 3-1. Plus, the Dodgers win again. Red hot. The Halos swept Kansas City. It's all good, Jeff. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm Pep Fernandez. Welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. You both have Dodger blue on. Was that by accident, or are you guys trying to tell me something?
Hey, the Doyers, they had a morning game. We had to be ready for the big game this morning. They're scoring a lot of runs, that's for sure.
I called them out.
You did?
I called them out. I remember.
Back in the day.
Just the other night. What was it? Tuesday night.
Yes.
I was standing over downtown Riverside, looking across the landscape at my people, and I said, because I was on the phone, remember? You were here in studio.
Yes.
Greg Holla was in studio. I was out with the people, and I said, listen, how long are we going to ride this out with Cody Bellinger? Is Jock Peterson, is he ever going to bounce back? I called him out live on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Lo and behold, both guys tearing it up. We got to talk Dodger baseball because they are red hot. The Dodgers are back. They're going to be in the mix for that National League West title.
Yeah, the Dodgers are playing well. The Angels are playing well. The World Championship, NBA Finals is just about over. Everything's going well in the world right now. Everything is in its proper place.
You know, I think, and I told you this before, when I picture LeBron James, he's Thanos. He's like one, what do they call him? The Titan?
He is the Titan.
The mighty. What do they go? There's an adjective in the movie. The something Titan. The great Titan? The mighty Titan?
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come on. You're my Avengers guy.
Yeah, I know, but I can't.
He does have the mighty Titan or the great Titan.
He does have the Infinity Gauntlet, it seems like. The guy doesn't seem. I mean, he carries every single game. He carries the team, but you look around him, though, and he's got like minions that are fighting with him. They're just non-players.
It's the thing. That's it. He is the almighty Titan, Thanos.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by these other guys. He's going up against all of the superheroes, all of the Avengers. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Those are the Avengers. Those are the superheroes. And it's him against the world.
It is.
And this time, Thanos loses.
You know what? You know how they used to compare LeBron and Kobe, the difference between LeBron and Kobe? Well, we saw it last night.
I never compared those two.
Well, there was a comparison. Last night, Kobe would have inspired his players to do their best, and LeBron just gave up on his teammates, I believe.
I think he gave up on them after the
But I'm just saying, Pep,
no, you're right.
Kobe would have never done that. He would have told them, get their act together.
Kobe's a great leader.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. They had their shot. They're in Cleveland.
The land.
He's about ready to finish his career in Cleveland. Not his whole career, but his career in Cleveland.
It's coming to a close.
And I'll tell you what. You have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson shoot 3 for 15 from beyond the arc.
You got to win that game.
You better win that game.
You got to win that game.
And you can't give Kevin Durant 43 points. Wow. He scores 43. Klay Thompson puts up 10. Steph Curry puts up 11, and you
have to win that game.
You still lose. What a travesty.
It's over.
Man, it just tells you how bad the East is.
That they're representing the East.
Terrible, terrible basketball.
And like I said it before, you guys can call me crazy. You can call me out. We've had special guests like Tracy Murray in studio. You guys all laugh at me. But this is the last time that we're going to see LeBron James in the NBA Finals. This is it. Friday's going to be his last game in the Finals. Ever.
You're crazy. He is going to play in the Finals. And I would venture to say if he stays in the East, he will play for a NBA championship next year.
Okay. Let's say he goes to Boston. Let's just say for conversation, he goes to Boston.
They win it all.
But they got to get through Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's Philadelphia.
Okay, what if he goes to Philadelphia?
He's not going to.
They got to go through Boston.
They're going to stunt. Honest to goodness, if he goes to Philadelphia, he will stunt the growth of those two great players that they have. Ben Simmons will be his growth will be stunted, and then the big guy, he will be stunted as well. There's no way in heck.
Joel Embiid.
There's no way in heck he goes to Philadelphia. I do see a scenario, and I still believe this. If he stays anywhere in the East, he stays in Boston. But what would it be like if he goes to Boston? They would have to get rid of Kyrie Irving.
Because they already tried that once.
Yeah.
They already, the two of them were together in Cleveland.
Kyrie Irving wanted his own team. He didn't want to play under the.
He didn't want to play with LeBron.
He didn't want to play under the thumb of LeBron. But how ironic would it be? Because they'd have to do a sign and trade in order to get LeBron to send Kyrie Irving back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because he's not going back. He's not playing with LeBron.
Wouldn't that be so strange?
It would be a little bit different, to say the least. But he would be away from LeBron.
But I say anywhere LeBron goes, he's going to have a bumpy path back to the NBA Finals. If he goes out west, anywhere, the Lakers, Spurs, it's going to be tough.
Not if we get both Ball brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Greg.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna slam my head into this microphone for a moment. Do you guys hear that? Is that
I do.
across on the air?
Yeah, I definitely hear that.
We have the two Ball brothers and LeBron.
Oh my gosh.
Championship back that way.
Championship.
I'll tell you what, though, if he comes to the Lakers,
Yeah.
you know you're going to get Paul George. That's a given. That is
if
a
LeBron
given.
comes?
If LeBron, well, I think Paul George is a given no matter what. If you get the two of them, I still think you have a shot to dethrone Houston and Golden State. I just do, because there isn't a guy on Cleveland that is as good as Paul George besides LeBron James. Name one guy on that team. Kevin Love is no
He
Paul
used
George.
to be.
Used to be.
I would even say at one point Kevin Love was better than Paul George.
At one time, yes.
When he was in Minnesota.
Team, when it was his team. But a lot changes. Your mentality changes. If you're an alpha dog, an alpha man playing on a sport, and you become the second fiddle, it's hard to get back that alpha dog mentality when you've been second fiddle.
Well, we'll have to see how this pans out. But I'm excited about it because now we're talking about it. It's going to be a real thing because Cleveland now on the brink of elimination. The season's going to be over. Golden State's going to win their third NBA championship in the last 4 years. Game 4 is what, Friday night? Back in Cleveland?
And then they go Sunday at Oracle if it goes to that game. Honestly, I look at this series. The East is they just show how bad the East is. Indiana was close to making it to the finals.
Indiana should have beat Cleveland in the first round.
Boston was so close to getting there.
Boston should have beat them.
And yet, Golden State, who's not nearly as good as they've been the last couple of years.
Their worst Golden State team in the last 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're going to sweep. And guess what? Michael Jordan was never swept in the finals.
Never. He's the greatest of all time.
Kobe Bryant never swept. Never swept.
Never.
And guess how many times this will happen if you are LeBron James? How many times is this going to happen?
Lots.
Twice. He's been swept twice in the finals. And I will say this, Golden State should have 4 straight championships because if you do remember, Draymond Green sat out that pivotal game.
They were up 3-1.
They were up, and he sat out that game, and it really destroyed the momentum of Golden State in that game. They should be 4 in a row.
All right, we'll talk more NBA Finals, but the nuts and bolts of it, Golden State's up 3-0. Game 4 is Friday. That could be the last game of the season. Last game for LeBron James in a Cleveland Cavaliers uniform. And as I'm predicting, the last time we ever see LeBron James in the NBA Finals. I think that's it.
You are wrong.
I think it's over.
He's going to be a Laker, and they're going to go to the finals next year, and we're all going to be jumping in the streets outside of Staples Center.
It's craziness.
He could go to Sacramento.
Well,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
It just proves my point. He will never make it to the NBA Finals, right?
That's true. If he
That's
goes
my
there,
take.
for sure. I agree.
The Inland Sports Show is proudly brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You can spoil yourself and your car every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. Go check them out. I know you're overdue. I was out there. Greg knows it. I was on the 215. There was a car accident. I was stuck in traffic. And I thought, man, praise the Lord. I got my oil changed. I don't have to worry about it. I got my AC on. I'm all good. I could give Bill Navigado a big hug right now. Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change and a kiss. I give Bill Navigado a kiss on his shaved head. You have a shaved head, Jeff. That's why you guys are so, as you would say, simpatico.
We are very simpatico. I don't know if I kiss him on his head, though. I like him. I might give him a nice, cool hug, but You can kiss
A
my
cool hug?
A cool hug.
As opposed to a nerdy hug?
Kiss. You know, one of those kind of hugs where you kind of give him a shoulder into it, makes you feel cool, you know.
Wait, can you do that one more time, though?
Yeah, one of those kind of things. You know?
All right, other basketball news quickly. 76ers GM and president Brian Colangelo, he quit. He stepped down. He resigned after all those fake Twitter accounts, although he's still saying, it wasn't me. Remember Shaggy? Your boy Shaggy was saying that song,
Yes.
It wasn't me?
Yes, but
He says it was his wife.
his wife was coming to his defense.
Do you think he's throwing his wife under the bus as the scapegoat, saying like, "Come on, if we say, you know, this is Jeff, you and I were married behind the
Yeah.
scenes." I'm like, "Jeff, listen, if we say it was you and I had no idea what you were doing behind the scenes with all these fake Twitter accounts,
Yes.
I can still go get another GM job somewhere in the NBA. Someone else will still hire me.
Yes.
But if I come out and say, oh, yep, it was me. I'm sorry. I was releasing all that personal information and criticizing my teammates, all these fake Twitter accounts. I think other teams across the league might be like, I don't really want that guy in our front office. But if it was his wife, be like, well, that won't happen again. It wasn't him. It was his wife. He didn't know about it. Do you think it really was his wife? Or his wife is jumping on the grenade for the Colangelo family so he can get another job?
Oh, you know, I don't think he's gonna get a job. I think this is career suicide by his wife. I think his wife. I'm not throwing her under the bus. I don't think he threw her under the bus. I think that she was honestly listening to a lot of pillow talk, and a lot of things are said on Twitter. A lot of bad things are said about me. I've had things said, and I think she was just standing up. Lots. I think she was standing up for her husband. I think she did it wrong. She was trying to be helpful, but it's going to cost them millions, and I think he's going to be a pariah and probably won't get a job again. He'll be a scout for somebody.
But that's love. I wish my wife would create some fake Twitter accounts and go online and say, man,
I think
Pep Fernandez, he's great.
I'm telling you.
Man,
yeah.
that Inland Sports Show.
It's fantastic.
Wow. He's so good looking and smart. Man.
Yeah, the other guy.
I do feel bad. I do feel bad though for the Sixers because they seem to get, they were gaining momentum. They had a great team going on, and he seems to have been making all of the right decisions. The guy before him was drafting all kinds of ding dongs, and Nerlens Noel was a bust. A lot of these guys have been bust. The only guy you could say he might have been questionable about is Markelle Fultz. He really hasn't done anything. He's got the yips. But now you look at Philly's going to have to restart, and they're going to have to do something about bringing in somebody because they're still one guy short. It's not going to be LeBron James.
Who's the coach? Is it Brian Brown? Brett Brown.
He is
Brett
now.
Brown.
He's the acting.
Acting GM.
Yep.
Which sometimes, if you're a coach, that's kind of a dream situation, don't you think? Because you get to actually pick the guys, draft the guys, make trades the way you want to play basketball, as opposed to a GM saying, "Okay, here's the guys that I got together. Now go coach with them."
Well, the only problem I think I have with the NBA coach, GM, president role, we've seen it with Van
Rivers,
Gundy,
right?
Doc Rivers, Van Gundy. The problem is you can't get out and scout. And a lot of GMs go out and scout all over the world. They're looking at players nonstop. And they're doing
Hire some scouts. Hire, Dennis Cutts.
Hire Dennis,
right?
Coach
You know what I
Cutts.
mean? Like, he's out there.
That's a nice thought in theory, but if you're going to be a hands-on general manager, you got to know exactly what's out there. If I was a GM, I wouldn't want to go based on what my scout said. I would combine my information with my scouts and make decisions. I think as a coach, you're so busy dealing with managing a team that it would be hard for you to go out and do the peripheral work with your organization. I always think the GM coach is a bad situation.
I think it's great. I think he's gonna bring in guys he wants. Maybe he's gonna be the architect to design a way to get LeBron James to Philly, and he's going to be the hero.
Yeah.
Be like, man, remember when Brett Brown, he stepped in as the GM and he made the moves to get LeBron there, and then they won the NBA title. Remember that?
Yeah, but what if you're a bad coach?
Yeah, what if it backfires, though? There's that, too.
Because what if you're a bad coach and you're in charge of bringing in people?
There's no one else to blame, right?
There's no one to blame. So if you have a GM that says, hey, this coach is not running the right offense or the right system for the guys we have, he can get rid of the coach and bring in somebody that best fits the situation. It's not like college. You can't go out and recruit guys. You can't go out and say, I'm going to get this guy and this guy to run my offense. Or like in football, high school football, a lot of these guys have to run what they have. And I think if you're a GM and a coach, it makes it hard to decipher between the two.
It's true as well.
Yep.
Stanley Cup Finals, again, it's Game 5 tonight between Washington and Las Vegas. Will this be it for the Golden Knights' Cinderella run? We will find out. 5 o'clock is when they drop the puck, so we will have live updates in the final hour. But the Capitals are up 3-1, seeking their first Stanley Cup championship with the great Alexander Ovechkin. We also have the high school football playoff divisions. They should be released any minute. I've been checking the CIF site, Twitter. I know we've got a lot of friends, Jeff, who are very deep in the high school football game. And I've been checking their Twitter accounts, too, because I know they'll be the first ones to get this stuff out, local football coaches. I haven't seen anything yet, but when they do come out, we'll take a look over them and, point out the highlights. We'll take a snapshot of them later in the show, let you know about the high school football playoff divisions. We mentioned the Dodgers, 8-7 over the Pirates earlier today. Jock Peterson had a pair of home runs. Cody Bellinger, bomb number 11 on the season. He's coming around after I called him out on Tuesday night when I was deep in the Riv. The Angels, well, they swept Kansas City last night. That's the good news, Jeff. You want some bad news?
What's the bad news?
You look like you want some bad news.
No, I don't.
I got some bad news.
What's the bad news?
So Shohei Ohtani left the game last night in the 5th inning, and they say he has a blister. Didn't he have a blister already? Is this like another one?
He did. It was a couple months ago he had a blister, but they say that this one is not going to hold him out. He will probably miss one start. But that is what happened the last time he missed a start, and they said the blister's not as bad. They took him out for precautionary reasons, just because it's a long year, and they're still in the thick of things right now. They've won 4 in a row.
They're hot.
They are
Swept
hot.
Kansas City. Shohei Ohtani's been great. Andrelton Simmons been great, but he's going to the DL. He slipped on the dugout steps. He rolled his ankle just going into the dugout.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but the Angels have a day off, which helps. Simmons will be on the 10-day DL. They go out to Minnesota, the Twin Cities, where the Angels have been very successful against them this season. So it'd be nice to see the Angels catch up on that 4-game lead that Seattle has over the Astros and Angels.
And finally, another Major League Baseball note from today. He's one of our own. Tyler Chatwood, the pride of Redlands East Valley High School. We've been keeping tabs on him with the Chicago Cubs. Hey, did you say Chicago? You say sausage and peppers? Kylie Fitz and brats?
The Bears.
The Bears. And the Cubs, they beat the Phillies by a score of 4-3. Tyler Chatwood, the former Rev Wildcat, did not get the win, but he did pitch in the 5th inning. He had 6 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, but he had 7 walks. That's not good. If you're a pitcher, don't shoot yourself in the foot. He was his own worst enemy today. We love Tyler Chatwood, but even him, he's probably sitting in his locker right now in Chicago. Thinking about those 7 walks. Got to have control. He's better than that. The Inland Sports Show, Jeff, you know this, is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. Right now, they are having their world-famous sidewalk sale. And get this. Do you like Nikes?
Yes.
Do you like Adidas?
Yes.
Do you like Under Armour shoes?
I've never had them.
Steph Curry wears them, and that's good enough for me. They are 30 to 70% off at Kin Sporting Goods. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. Big discounts on clothing as well. It's the world-famous sidewalk sale at Kin Sporting Goods, right off the 15 freeway in Norco. Visit them online, kinsportinggoods.com. When we come back, we're going to talk more NBA Finals. I got in the studio, and Jeff's like, did you see that play by Kevin Durant?
Awesome.
Not only did I see it, we're going to replay it live on the show as we break down the NBA Finals. And is this the beginning of the end for the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James? We'll be back. This is your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Old dog.
Oh, well, he's not that old.
He's old enough to be retired.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. right here on the local sports leader. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla. I am simply Pep Fernandez. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. We love you, Ray Bass, not because you're a big-time football star.
I do.
Well, that's why you love him. But he's training up athletes of all levels in all sports. So if you're a lacrosse guy, maybe you're a track star, maybe you're into golf. Oh, yeah, golfers go there too. Everybody's going to Boost. And, of course, football, right? You got football season right around the corner. You want to be the best. You want to win a CIF title. The playoff divisions are coming out. You're going to see those divisions. You're going to look at those other teams. You're going to think, we can win a CIF title too. Only if you go to Boost Performance Training. If not, you're going to finish in last place. I'm sorry. It's going to happen.
Do not finish last.
Boost Performance Training, boosttrainingsystems.com. We love you so much. All right, to the NBA Finals. Now, Jeff, there was one play. And when you came in here, you said, man, did you see that play? Did you see Kevin Durant? Not only did he drop 43, but he hit the biggest basket of the game. Do you remember when you said that, Jeff?
Yes, I do. And I was watching that game, and my one-year-old was watching the game, and he even went, whoa, because it was, whoa.
Shall we relive the magic?
Yes, relive it.
Let's do this. Here's the final, let's see, inside the final minute. And Golden State, at the time, they were only up by 3. So if Cleveland got a big defensive stop, got the basketball back, this is a different ball game.
Yes.
And then this happened.
Switch. Shot clock at 5. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown. It's a 6-point game. That's the same spot where he hit it in Game 3 last year.
All right, that's your boy.
Play from Kevin Durant, 43 points.
Kevin Durant, as LeBron James is looking up at the scoreboard, probably looking for the replay thing. And what happened?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. That is one of the best shots I've seen in finals history. That close of a game, he pulls up. He's not 22 feet out. He's at least 30-plus feet out and just pulls up and nothing but the net. Effortless shot. He was on fire. 15 of 23 from the field, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc, 7 of 7 from the free throw line with 12 rebounds, 7 assists. He was phenomenal.
See, and every single night, it's a different warrior. See, with LeBron James and the Cavs, if LeBron James has a bad night, they're done. They're toast. They do not have a chance. But for Golden State, what was it, last game? Steph Curry had 9 three-pointers, new NBA Finals record. Last night it was Kevin Durant with a career playoff high, 43 points. It's always somebody different. Steph Curry could have an off night. What did he have, 11 last night?
He had 11, and I'll tell you what.
It didn't matter.
He had 7 of those in the last 2 minutes. So he had 4 points going into the last 2 minutes of the ball game. He was 0 for 14 from beyond the arc, or 0 for 14 from the field. Steph Curry had an off game. Klay Thompson, off game, 4 of 11 from the field for only 10 points. Draymond Green, 10 points. Nobody stepped up. Kevin Durant seals the deal. That tells you how good Golden State is. That tells you how potent that offense is, because you have to guard guys, and somebody went off, and that guy was Kevin Durant.
You know, I compared LeBron James to Thanos and the Golden State Warriors to the Avengers. I also picture like a kid at the beach. Maybe there for the first time, you got your feet in the water, maybe up to your knees, you're starting to go in a little bit deeper. and a wave hits you, kind of knocks you off your balance. Before you can get your balance, like another wave comes in, and then another wave comes in. It's like Golden State just comes at you in waves. Hey, Steph Curry's not having a great night. That's okay. Kevin Durant's going to drop 43. Oh, here comes Klay Thompson. He's got the hot hand from the outside. It just smashes you over the head. Wave after wave after wave. It's relentless. There's no coming back up. And I think LeBron James is done. He's got no one to lean on. He can't do any more.
Well, if you look at it, the Cleveland Cavaliers, like you said, if we're going to use that standing on the beach, everybody had sand in their butt crack. Simple as that. They have all fallen down. Outside of LeBron James and Kevin Love, nobody did a darn thing. J.R. Smith, he had a blazing 13, but he had 4 of those field goals were in the first quarter. Did nothing second, third, and fourth quarter. Kevin Love, 20 points, did okay, but LeBron James had one of his more off nights, 13 of 28, under 50%, but yet they were still able to be close because of LeBron James and his minions. Those guys all had sand in their butt cracks, and they've all fallen into those waves, and the wave is going to push them further and further inland as Golden State, I think, goes away and will probably win the next game.
They're going to go off into the sunset with another NBA championship under their belt. They're up 3-0. Game 4 is on Friday. And wow, LeBron James, again, the big story going into the offseason, probably the minute after the NBA Finals ends, and I know some media folks are already talking about when LeBron James goes to the press conference right after, we'll presume, is Game 4, the end of the season for them. What's that first question going to be? LeBron, are you coming back to Cleveland? LeBron, and again, they have to ask that. The reporters have to ask that. The media is going to ask that. But he's not going to give you any insight. He's not going to say, yep, I'm coming back to Cleveland, or nope, I'm definitely out of here. He's not going to say anything. He's probably not even going to hint or lean a certain way. He's probably going to say, man, that was a really rough playoff series. Didn't think we were going to go out like that. I got a lot to think about. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to give you anything.
And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to make a prediction here. I bet LeBron James doesn't even do a press conference after they lose their final game.
So you think on Friday he will not do one?
I don't think he'll do if they lose. If they win Friday, obviously he'll do a press conference. But when they get eliminated, and that's just a matter of time, when they do get eliminated, I don't see LeBron James stepping up and answering those questions. Why would you put yourself in that situation? You might be one of those guys, say, answer from your locker, but he's not going to answer those questions. And I'd be surprised. Take the dang hit financially, but $25,000. What is that? Nothing to LeBron James. I bet he does no such thing of a press conference.
I could see him doing it because he's pretty smart. He's pretty savvy. If he's got an agenda and he wants to put a message out there, like if he wants to start the slow roll and get the people of Cleveland ready for his departure, hey guys, man, I gave you everything I had. I tried my best. We didn't have the greatest team this year. It was great that we even got this far. A lot of people didn't think we'd get to the NBA Finals. Average a triple-double, whatever. I gave you guys everything I had. I tried. There's nothing else I could try. It was all out there on the court, all the cliches. But start that slow roll. That Cavalier fans, be ready. I'm getting ready to leave. I gave you everything I had. I gave you my best years. I brought you an NBA title. It's over.
Well, and a lot will be said of the last couple minutes of that game, that eliminating game. We'll be able to tell by the body language of LeBron James, by the facial expressions. He's one of those guys, he does wear his emotions on his shirt sleeve. We will know exactly the thought process, or we can think we know, because it's pretty apparent he will have something something of a tell, like playing poker.
Personally, I think he's already done. I think he's already out. He's already checked out. Now, is he still giving 110% to help Cleveland win these games? Yes, absolutely. You can tell. Just look at the stats. Look at the way he plays. But he's already got one foot out the door. I think he's already done. But here was LeBron James after last night's game talking to the media. And again, I mean, he can't do much more. He's giving everything he has to the Cavaliers, and it's simply just not enough. It's an uphill battle because of his teammates and his coach. He's been outcoached. They've been outplayed. Golden State's just a better team. Here's LeBron James. No quitting this guy.
I mean, it's definitely a tough loss, and we had our chances. But we have another opportunity on Friday, to win on our home floor. Well, we've been, pretty good, throughout the postseason, so that's a good thing for us that we have an opportunity to, extend the series. But we got to come out and we got to put 48 minutes. We know this team that we're going against are, the best. First of all, the best third quarter team in the NBA, and once again they showed that tonight by outscoring us by 8 after we had a lead at halftime. So we have to be dialed in and play like we did the first half and in the fourth quarter tonight.
See, that's the thing. They're a third quarter team, Golden State. So they go into the locker room, they might be down, but the guys get together and they're like, okay, let's fix that. Kind of like the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Patriots are a second half team. They get into the locker room, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, they get together, they put their heads together. Second half, Patriots roll.
They do, and I'm gonna let's go back to mid-season, Pep. And I think a lot of the blame has to go squarely on the shoulders of LeBron James. A lot of people have forgotten this, but they had Isaiah Thomas, they had Derrick Rose, they had pieces that LeBron James wanted to bring in. He was unhappy, unsuccessful in the first half of the season. They bring in Rodney Hood. Rodney Hood.
Who?
Rodney Hood was supposed to be that scorer. George Hill, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr., those were the guys they brought in off that trade. And guess what? Everybody talked that first week. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
You and I talked about this.
I think Jordan Clarkson had like 18 in his Cavaliers debut. People are like, wow, this guy's pretty good, man. Wow, look at this.
They won 4 in a row, and I told you, I said teams are going to figure them out. And a lot of people disagreed with me. Guess what? Teams figured them out. They might have been better going with those younger guys, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose. Those guys might have made them better in the long run because they're seasoned veterans. Rodney Hood, who came over from Utah, has disappeared. He was an alpha male over in that program. He has disappeared. Remember, he didn't want to go into a game earlier in the playoffs.
That's right.
Refused. So I put this a little bit squarely on the shoulders of LeBron James. He is that general manager. He is that coach, and he has made his own bed, and right now he's about ready to get eliminated.
You made your bed, lay in it.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite quotes. Tell my kids all the time. You made your bed, now go lay in it.
And I'm not ripping on LeBron. I'm just saying that I think a lot of this has to do with him. He thought bringing in this younger roster, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, they're not the answers. And guess what? They have extremely huge salaries, and they're landlocked forever.
Yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers that we see right now are going to look a lot like the Cleveland Cavaliers we see next year, minus LeBron James. They're not even going to be a playoff team next year.
No, and you got guys like Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson is making crazy money. What has he done?
Nothing. Why? Again, that's why Cleveland's a problem, because they're outrageous, ridiculous contracts.
Yeah, there's no way to get out of these contracts. These guys are settled in for at least another year. LeBron James has no other choice but to leave. Who wants to play 48 minutes a game just to make the playoffs? Because that's what's going to happen. These young guys. Has Larry Nance Jr. really improved that much as a basketball player?
Is he with the Cavs?
Yes.
Okay, no.
There you go then. Rodney Hood, he doesn't even start, for gosh sakes. Yeah, this is a bad roster.
Well, Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson, when they came over from the Lakers, you're right. That first week or so, the honeymoon was great.
And everybody loved them.
Everybody loved them. The honeymoon was fantastic. We're like, wow, these guys are pretty good. The Lakers are, they don't know how great these guys are. They're going to fit right in with LeBron James, and that honeymoon lasted about a week, and then it went back to the same old Cavaliers, and it's nothing short of a small miracle that they're even in the Eastern Conference Finals. If Philly was at full strength, or if Philly had one more year under their belt, Boston was at full strength, there's no way they would have made it.
No.
So it's a miracle they're even there right now.
Let me just give you one quick thing here.
Okay, real quick.
Between 3 guys, George Hill, $20 million. $20 million.
George Hill's making $20 million.
$20 million.
The Sacramento Kings shipped him off. That's how bad it's gotten.
Jordan Clarkson, $14 million a year. Jordan Clarkson! And J.R. Smith, $14 million.
Yeah.
That in itself, that is more than some teams in the NBA's entire salary cap. Those 3 ding-dongs. Bad roster.
But that's going to be like 3 of the starters next year for Cleveland.
That could be 5 starters on the Kings.
Whoa. Who's the general manager of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I don't know.
Fire him. Bring in Colangelo. Fix that thing.
Colangelo.
Holy smokes.
Right now, one of those burner accounts is tweeting, man, Colangelo would fit right in with the Cavaliers. He could build them back up after LeBron leaves. Someone's tweeting that right now on those burner accounts.
It's ridiculous. They've got guys. Rodney Hood was only making $2.5 million a year, but he's got 2 more years under contract. He's making nothing compared to these other ding-dongs.
Keep Hood. He's not making anything.
Oh, man. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing roster. And then, they're done. They're done. LeBron James is done.
When we come back, these guys are never done. You can never count out the heart of a champion. We're talking about your Los Angeles Dodgers. They win again. They're back. Before you know it, they're going to be back in first place in the National League West. We'll talk Dodger baseball when we come back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Hey, let's do this. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. We love Catalano Motors because it's got weekly specials. Right now, the special is the 2011 Ford SVT Raptor Crew Cab. In fact, I saw one today. I'm like, hey, that's one of those Raptor Crew Cabs. Pretty sweet ride. You can save $500 just by mentioning the Inland Sports Show. So when you walk onto the lot at Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road and say, hey, I listen to the Inland Sports Show every single day, $500 off, just like that. That's all you got to do.
So if I go buy 6 new whips, I'll save myself $3,000.
Who is this guy?
I'm very hip, man. Ryan Seagrass and I, we're very hip. We are very hip on the radio.
CatalanoCars.com, Catalano Motors in Corona. But seriously, mention Inland Sports Show and $500 off.
If you bought 12, you know how much you'd save? $6,000. So go out and buy 12 cars, and you'll save yourself $6,000. You might even they could throw in a car for that.
Wait. Kono.
Yeah.
Do you ever say whip for your car?
Because Kono's a young, hip guy.
Yeah, you're the youngest here, so.
I don't say whip.
No.
So
what do you call it? Do you call it your ride? What do you call it?
I call it my ride, I guess. I call it my car. I call it
the whip is so 90s, right? Like R. Kelly.
You know what? I'm going to say
my
this.
whip.
You know what?
My whip.
All of your
you
guys.
Can't call your minivan a whip.
There's none of you that have any street cred. None of you.
None of us?
None of you.
What about Greg Holla?
Yeah,
he's deep in Hub City.
He's from Hub City, but the rest of you two ding-dongs. Yeah, but you got a beard and a flat hat.
We got the Dino.
You got a beard and a flat hat, and we got a guy from, I still always forget where you're from, Pep. Where are you from?
I'm from Cottonwood. I used to build rafts in the swamps and milk cows.
Yeah, you told me
the
Cottonwood.
Wood, man. The wood.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to forget tomorrow where you're from because every time you say it, it just goes the.
Who did we just have in here? And I'm like, oh, it's Tracy Murray.
Tracy Murray.
I was like, oh, I'm from the Reading area. And I'm like, you don't know my hometown. There's a little town off the 5 freeway called Cottonwood. He's like, yep, been there, drove right through it the other day. And I'm like, what? That's awesome.
Hey, isn't my imaginary girlfriend from up there, Taylor Misfelt?
No, we're from where I lived and where she lives. It's like 3.5, 4 hours.
Because she has season seats to the Warriors games.
That's big baller status.
She's a stud. They're gonna make a statue after her.
Did she go to Cleveland? Like, did she follow the Warriors or no?
No, but she is my imaginary girlfriend, and don't tell my wife. But I love
another one. Huh?
I love Taylor Misfelt. She's awesome.
Another one.
Yeah, another wife. I'm telling you, sister wives are
another imaginary girlfriend for you.
Whoa.
You got like a new one every day.
Of course I do. I love the ladies, my friend. I love them.
Jeff loves the ladies like I love the Dodgers, and I love it when they win. Another big win today against the Pirates. 8-7 was the final score. Jock Peterson hit 2 home runs in the game. Greg, let's crank up the video highlights because Cody Bellinger, I called him out on Tuesday night. Now what's he doing? He's hitting oppo bombs. Here's Cody Bellinger today against the Pirates.
Bellinger goes the other way with a high drive back towards the wall. He's gone opposite field, a 2-run shot. 3 games in Pittsburgh and 3 home runs for Cody Bellinger.
So I called him out live on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Said, hey, how long are we going to ride this out? It's like you got an old whip and you're driving it around. It's going to break down at some point.
Dude, a whip is, hey, I'm around high school kids every single day, and they all say whip.
No.
You guys don't know anything
that's a
what
lie.
you're talking about.
That is a lie.
Where's
Maury Povich? If he hooked you up to a lie detector right now.
No way, dude.
Nobody in Riverside says the whip.
Oh, yeah, they
Where's
do.
my whip at?
Everyone I
know
know
go to the plaza,
whip.
my whip. Nobody says that.
Dude, hey, I want one of those 3-wheeled cars. Have you seen those things?
Yeah, I have seen those. My kids want one.
But you got to wear a helmet to drive.
Yeah, it's like half motorcycle, half car. It's
I'm
like
not
a
wearing
hybrid.
a stupid motorcycle to drive my
your whip.
A helmet to drive my whip.
Nobody has ever said, "Hey, CBU men's basketball's home tonight. Let's go hop in my whip. Let's go check out the Lancers." Nobody's ever said that.
I say it all the time.
Oh! Hey, but Rick Croy's going to join us live on the show. What, like at 4:45, 5 o'clock?
He's got a
the
nice
head men's
whip.
basketball
I'm gonna ask him if he's ever used the term whip. I bet he has.
Will that be your first question?
Hey, you ever, hey, Coach, you use the term whip? I bet you, Jim Alexander. No, he's a fossil.
Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise, sports columnist, is going to be in here, in about 5-10 minutes?
He's probably out in the hallway if he can find it.
I want to see what he calls his car.
A whip. He drives. I bet you he drives a Volvo. Doesn't he seem like a Volvo kind
I think
of guy?
I've been in his car.
You have? You've been in his car?
Oh, yeah. Newspapers everywhere. There's like stacks of newspapers.
Hey, this is a great song. They even made a song about the whip.
Is this Whip It?
No.
Devo.
This is the Daz Band, am I right? Yeah. I can sing it for you. I know every word to every song in America. I do.
Hey, Kona, will you Google whip? Like, if I want to see like the definition, like, you know, term for a car that was popularized in the late 1990s or whatever the definition might be. Yeah.
I don't listen to anything from a flat hat ever. There's nobody. I'll never listen to anybody with a flat hat who's smaller than
really
you.
flat.
Greg's the only guy I listen to when it comes to street cred.
Greg Hollow.
Yeah, because he's from. You said you're from San Bernardino.
We're
but you're
well
from the nice side of the
represented.
tracks.
We got San Bernardino. We got the Dino.
He's from the good side of the tracks, San Bernardino.
Yeah, but it's still the Dino.
No, it's not. It's
not?
really not. No, he's from the nice side.
We got Colton Hub City. You're from the Fee, and I'm from Redlands.
We're from Riverside. Whoa. I live in Menifee.
You're from the Fee.
The Riv raised me, as you would say.
Yes, hashtag the Riv raised me.
Hey,
but
certain circles,
they call you the mayor.
Exactly.
If you were going to run for mayor, could you run for mayor in the Fee or run for mayor in Riverside?
I could run for it in the Fee.
So that's where you live. You're from the Fee.
What you?
You take your little whip and go back down to the Fee.
Whatever.
All right, we will have, but seriously, Rick Croy, the head men's basketball coach at Cal Baptist University. He's going to join us live in about 1 hour. And in our next segment, Jeff, we're going to have Jim Alexander, the sports columnist from the Press Enterprise. He joins us about every week, every other week.
I love him.
He's sneaky funny.
He's sneaky funny?
He's sneaky funny.
I do. I bet you he has a polo shirt when he comes in
He's
here.
probably in his whip driving to the radio station right now because he doesn't like to do it by phone. He likes to join us live in studio. He likes to look us face to face and have a meaningful conversation about sports talk here in the Inland Empire and beyond.
He'll have a really nice polo shirt when he comes in. Always.
Let's guess what color Jim Alexander's polo shirt's going to be.
Red.
For the Press Enterprise?
No, for the Angels.
Okay, you say red. Kono?
Navy blue.
Okay, red, navy blue. Greg Holla?
I'll go with green.
Green?
Can I change my
No.
Yeah. I'm changing it.
Wait, you
wait.
I'm just in the hallway?
Periwinkle. He's going to be wearing periwinkle or chartreuse.
I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. What's periwinkle?
It's a color.
What is it? What is it close to?
Like a bluish, I think.
Okay.
I'm colorblind.
No.
But come on. But chartreuse, though, is like shiny. Like silky shiny.
So what's your final answer, Jeff?
Chartreuse. Chartreuse.
So it's like a shiny.
Just shiny.
Blue?
I want him to come in here looking like he's just got off the dance floor. Jim Alexander.
Like he's one of those disco balls.
Yes, he is going to come in here looking like a disco ball. The great.
All
Jim
right, so
Alexander.
you got like shiny blue.
Okay, shiny blue.
Kono has navy blue. Greg Holla has green.
What do you got?
You guys took all the good ones. You know what? For my people, I'm going to say brown.
Brown?
I'm going to say brown.
Who the hell wears brown?
No one
wears a brown polo
I think
shirt.
Jim Alexander's going to earn his brown stripe. I'm going to go brown.
He's probably changing it in the car
right now.
He's like, I got this white T-shirt.
Hold on. I'll go brown. When we come back, Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise. We'll talk MLB draft, Dodgers, NBA Finals, all the good stuff. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. You guys are the worst.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
For some, it's just a loose gas cap. For others, an O2 system.
How you guys doing? Ray Bass here. We're here at Toronto High with the Toronto High football program with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's boost training tip is all about top end speed. We're talking about the ankle drill. Come check it out. This particular drill is great at teaching us to get our feet off the ground as quickly as possible. All right, so what we're going to do is Gavin's going to start with his feet underneath his hips. His toes are going to be pointing forward. And the goal here is to get as many hits against the ground as possible. He's going to do a fast high knee. He's going to have his toes pointed up. Get as many hits as he can in a short amount of time. Here we go. So we're going to go about 5 yards here. Here we go. Ready? Set, go. Fast down. Fast down. Toes up. Toes up. Toes up. Toes up. Toes up. Now, typically, we want to get over the opposite knee. I like to take fast down just so we don't get robotic with it, but there you have it right to the ankle drill. Great for top end speed.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The football playoff divisions are out for the CIF Southern section. We'll talk about those in a little bit. Not a huge surprise, but Aquinas went from 9 to 5. I think that's the biggest one. Did I just say 9 to 5?
Working 9 to 5.
I didn't even mean to.
Name?
There's a Dolly Parton one-liner in there.
Yeah, I did.
That was my trivia question next.
What?
Name the 3 women in 9 to 5. Go.
I don't know. I just know that song.
Come on.
Working, that's all I know. Working 9 to 5.
Dolly Parton, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda. There we go. See? He's my guy right there.
Yeah.
You?
I don't know.
No movie trivia.
I told you. I wasn't watching movies. I was building rafts in swamps when I was a kid. I didn't watch movies.
You were building rafts in mud swamps, so they didn't go anywhere.
You just had a big stick.
You
stick it into the bottom of the mud and just push yourself along. It was probably 5 feet deep.
Okay, Huck Finn.
Greg Holla has this song. You guys hear that? No, I broke my headphones. He's playing it right now. Why do you have that ready, Greg Holla? He has Greg Holla.
There he is.
9 to 5. Unbelievable.
My guy.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. We're always brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. I know you're overdue. Get in there, get your oil changed. It'll change your life. Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. We got Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise, sports columnist.
The scribe of Riverside.
2 things.
2 things.
1, he cleaned out all the newspapers in his back seat. Big stacks.
They're all in the trunk.
Big stacks. I mean, he had a lot of newspapers, a lot of years of writing. And then 2nd, he's got a green shirt on. So nobody wins?
I don't know.
Greg Holla had green.
Yeah, Greg had green.
He had green. As far as I'm concerned, he wins.
Greg Holla wins.
Oh, I'm colorblind, and it looked periwinkle to me.
Yeah, you use that as an excuse.
I know. He always does. He always does. Jim, it's great to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Hey, it was great to see you at the HS Game Time Awards. The Press Enterprise always does such a great job saluting the best high school athletes in this area. Did you like the parkour? The parkour guys flipping
around.
Jeff loved it.
I'm sitting right up there in front, and these guys are going right past me, and I'm flinching and ducking.
Ninjas.
And when will it be over?
Yeah, I'm telling you, the only thing they did wrong with that, and I've watched that video 1,000 times.
You love it.
I love it for the simple fact is you should have been wearing all black and just your eyes showing and flipping around with swords. They should have been ninjas instead of guys. They all look like Kono.
They're like urban ninjas.
Yeah, they were all look like Kono.
They had skinny jeans on. They had Vans. Urban ninjas.
The great thing about that video, if I may be self-serving,
sure,
it was taken by my boss, Tom Moore.
Nice. He did an excellent job.
Editor of the Southern California News Group.
He did a wonderful job.
Oh, it's great. Fantastic.
He was taking video. He was keeping his eye on it. I was sitting right next to him. I was flinching and ducking. So what does that tell you?
So was Rob Robinson, the boys basketball coach at Notre Dame High School, because Notre Dame and I think Linfield Christian, they were at the same table in the corner.
Yeah.
And the Urban Ninjas come flying out. That's kind of like where they're launching their runway was. And Rob Robinson was like, I saw his eyes. They were huge, like saucers. Like, whoa, where'd these guys come from? So it was fun. It was a great night celebrating high school athletes here in the Inland Empire. It was a lot of fun. It was a who's who. You don't get all those big names in the same room very often like that.
That's true.
It was pretty cool.
It's the only time you can really do it and get all of the top athletes and coaches in there.
Yeah, and it's hard. The farther you get into summer, there's vacations, there's travel ball tournaments. Like it's hard to get everybody together. So it was a fun night. So thanks for having me out. I appreciate it. What have you been working on lately?
A little of this. A little of that, a little of the other.
Well, I saw you did something on the Dodgers, right? About more offense than pitching, or something like that, or more pitching than offense. Going back to the Don Drysdale days, right?
Year of the pitcher, 1968. This is the 50th anniversary of Drysdale's streak, which begat Oral Hershiser's streak. Let me talk. And it was interesting because I had to kind of go back through the files to find the stories that I'd written in 88. I did one in 88 in June, talking to Drysdale, the 20th anniversary of his streak. And then later that year, Hershiser breaks it. And at the very end of the game story, the night Hershiser broke the streak by pitching 10 innings against the Padres down in San Diego, and he left, it was a 0-0 tie. but it gave him 59 innings in the record. He was quoted as saying something to the effect, maybe someday I'll be in the booth watching somebody break it. And I don't think he anticipated at that point that he'd be in broadcasting, or that he'd be in the Dodger booth. So I was tempted to put that in there and at the end say, okay, Walker Buehler, you're next up.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, who of the Dodgers would do that? I mean, Clayton Kershaw would make, I guess, the obvious choice, but I don't know what his longest scoreless inning streak is. Kershaw's?
I don't know.
Maybe in the 20s or 30s or something like that? I don't know if he's ever even flirted with that.
The thing is, the way the game is played, I mean, nobody's ever going to have 6 shutouts in a row anymore.
No.
I mean, that's impossible. And the whole 58, 59 inning scoreless streak, Drysdale, God bless him, God rest his soul, said at the time, maybe it'll be a relief pitcher, a really good relief pitcher who gets on a roll and gets a string of 59 innings.
You know what? You could be right?
That would be the only way it would be broken in today's baseball. And that was one of the things I was trying to point out is, the way the game was that year when it was so heavily pitching skewed. And at the end of that season, they lower the mound, they decrease the strike zone, and they start doing things to get hitting back into the game and tilt the balance in favor of the hitter, which is pretty much where it is now.
Yeah, Jock Peterson had, 2 home runs today. Cody Bellinger went deep again. And the Dodgers, I think he used 10 pitchers. 10 pitchers today to beat the Pirates 8-7.
Well, what happened, I guess Dennis Santana was supposed to start.
Correct.
And he had, while he was warming up, I guess he was complaining of pain in his lat. So they scratched him, and they just said, okay, we're going to go with a bullpen game.
Former Quake, right? Former Rancho Cucamonga Quake. I think I saw something on Twitter. The Quakes were saying, "Hey, congratulations, former Quake out there in the big leagues." And I think you told me that too, Greg Holla. He never misses the Quakes. Every single pitch of every single season he's heard.
He's been here for 15 years.
That's a lot of Quakes baseball. 15 years.
Hey, you wrote something yesterday about the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves, big surprise team of the year, wouldn't you say?
They're coming to L.A. tomorrow. In fact, they're probably all. I love this. The game ends around 3:45 yesterday. They lose to the Padres 3-1. The Padres were doing a bullpen game. So the game ends, and on the whiteboard in the Braves clubhouse, it says, bus 4:30. Well, if you're leaving San Diego at 4:30,
it sounds like traffic.
Regardless of whether you're coming up to 15 or if you're going up to 5, I mean, you're going to be participating in 2 rush hours. So they're busting up to L.A. I don't know what time they got there, but it might have been close to 9. So it's a good thing they had today off.
Stay in San Diego, eat a good dinner, hang out, right? And then 7:30, get on the road. 10 o'clock.
And somebody down there was asking me, well, wouldn't you want to stay the night in San Diego? And I didn't say anything, but okay, you could stay in San Diego, or you could spend the night in L.A.
I'd stay in San Diego and just make the short little drive in the morning, right?
Yeah, just take your time, make it a nice, easy drive. But, hey, how good are these Atlanta Braves? I mean, since the Cox here, have they rebuilt? I mean, this is something no one thought they were going to be this good this early.
At this stage last season, they were 11 and a half games out, and now they're 2 percentage points out, and they've really been playing well. And the guy that everybody thought was going to be their Rookie of the Year candidate, Ronald Acuna, I mean, he's out with a knee injury right now, and he's been okay, but he's hitting somewhere in the 260s. But Ozzie Albies, who's the young second baseman that came up, I mean, he's among the leaders in stolen bases and extra base hits and doubles, and he's really a pretty dynamic presence at the top of their lineup. So, and an old friend, Sean Newcomb.
Yeah, from the 66ers, right?
Who was with the 66ers. And was traded over to Atlanta in the Andrelton Simmons trade.
So that worked out for both teams.
It
in
worked
hindsight,
out for
right?
both teams, and he basically said that last year he was able to get his feet wet in the major leagues for a little while, and learn some things, and applied that in the offseason, and he's been gangbusters so far.
He has been great. Yeah, I remember seeing him pitch once or twice for the 66ers. And, again, to get something, you got to give up something. Exactly. So if the Halos wanted Andrelton Simmons, they had to give up something of value, and that was Sean Newcomb.
I think Billy Epler understood, because that was one of his first big trades. And I think he understood at the time what he was giving up. Got to do it.
All right, we got to take a break. We got to do it, too.
We do?
Yeah, we're going to have more of Jim on the backside. We're going to go out and clean out his car, get all those newspapers out.
Yeah, all those old press credentials, too.
I know. I have some weird random ones, too. Some of them I keep as mementos, and I'm like, yeah, this was a cool experience, cool time, and some I'm straight to the trash.
Well, you know what it is. You take it off, you throw it in the trunk, and you say, well, at some point I'll get to cleaning it out, and I'll put them where they need to be put. Someday hasn't arrived yet.
You're still waiting for that day, right?
Still waiting.
All right, the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by our friends at Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and really all sports, from lacrosse, golf, football. They do it all at Boost Performance Training. So if you want that scholarship, maybe a spot on the varsity team, a starting job, they can help you out at Boost Performance Training. They got a strength and speed class, and the first one is always absolutely free. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, more with Jim Alexander. We can talk Troy Percival, right? Sounds like he's coming back to UC Riverside. NBA Finals, MLB Draft. There's so much going on, Jeff. It's a cornucopia of sports information right here.
A veritable plethora. Yeah, I just went there.
You guys hear the Green Acres right now?
I do.
We'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Very appropriate.
What in the hell's diversity?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Ron, I would be surprised if the affiliates were concerned about the lack of an old wooden ship, but nice try.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. You know, if you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right, it's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right. So when I say he's going to drop down really fast. All right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand at his underneath his chin. Ready, set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right. So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out, and then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Take it back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
Go for it. Well, 57% of people say that Bella is lying. work, and life. I play my favorite games on iPlay.com. They've got thousands of games with best-selling titles and no sneaky costs. Go to iPlay.com on your PC, download the app, and start playing for free. Life.
Why is getting stopped for a DUI like a game of Russian roulette? In both cases, you might walk away, but if it goes bad, it goes real bad, and it's really messy to clean up. I'm attorney Darren Cavanoki, founder of 1-800-NO-CUFFS, and according to the Department of Transportation, even at their very best, field sobriety tests get it right only about 3/4 of the time. It makes you wonder what happened to the other folks they were wrong about. To save your bacon, all we need is doubt, and with dark lighting, cars rushing by, radio wave interference, human error, junk science, and wonky breath testing machines, there's often a lot. There's more than 59 reasons breath and blood tests can be wrong, and we know the ones that can tip the scales of justice in your favor. We know how to nail the things that matter and keep good people like you out of jail. So call 1-800-NO-CUFFS because no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS. That's 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. Who dreams of becoming an engineer? There's an elder in Uganda who dreams of having a community to call his own. No two dreams are the same. Help one person achieve theirs. Unbound.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who suffered a catastrophic war injury in Iraq. When I met Ian for the first time, I knew we had to do everything we could to give him every benefit he's earned to live as normal life as possible. And we did. He needed an accessible house. We got that grant. And a van for his wheelchair to get him there. My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
America's most seriously injured veterans are getting all the care and benefits they've earned, thanks to Paralyzed Veterans of America. For over 65 years, Paralyzed Veterans of America has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans, and their service is free to all veterans and their families. Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures. To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
This is Mike Scott, the voice of your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball team, proud affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thanks for listening to Fox Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Oh, Beyonce, smoking.
I don't want to take my pants off.
What? Whoa.
All right, Ronnie.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the IE, holding it down for the fine folks at the 909 and the 951. They've got the world-famous sidewalk sale, 30 to 70% off. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. You can't beat that. It's practically free.
Can you buy wristbands at the sidewalk sale?
Probably.
Because I need a new set of wristbands.
Are you talking about like wristbands you put right above the batting gloves when you step into the box? Or are you talking about like...
I'm going to line my arms with just wristbands.
Like the stretchy kind that you just wear for looks?
I wear everything for looks, Pep. I don't. No longer am I an athlete, but I'll tell you what, if I'm going to walk around, I want to have at least 4 wristbands on each wrist. Because I think it's kind of cool. It's very, very cool. I'm going to go multicolored. I might go green, yellow, purple, blue, and black. And then I'll be perfect. So if they sell wristbands there, I will be at the big sidewalk sale at Kansas.
It runs through Saturday.
Need a headband, too.
Headband.
And then go full wilt and get knee pads and wear them on your shins.
Oh, yeah.
I will go knee pads. I will go rec spec goggles. I will buy them all at Ken's. Dale Dobeck. Yeah. I'll be one of the stepbrothers. But yes, I'll be at the Ken Sporting Goods sidewalk sale this weekend.
It's already taking place. It runs through Saturday.
I'll be there.
Big deals. Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. I know you like it.
As soon as you guys wrap up.
I will be there.
Head right over there. Are you the guy who, let's say you go to Disneyland and you just wear like those knee braces just to wear them because your knees, you just want that extra support. Like I see guys walking around with knee braces. Like
you know why they're doing it? They're trying to jump to the front of the line.
My knees. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I go one step further.
Space Mountain. Right?
Instant fast pass.
I go one step further.
What?
The second I walk in, I fall on the ground, and they have to give me a wheelchair. I just lay there on the ground. I go, I just need a wheelchair. And then that's what gets me. See, I always go to my staple. The Jungle Cruise gets me right up there. Boom! I just hop on. They give you a little lift, and you don't even have to step. That's the best ride in the world. They can just drop you right down on the boat.
And I understand you've memorized the script for that.
Yes, I have.
Have you? You know all the jokes?
Oh, of course I do.
But you know, there's one problem. You cannot be one of the pilots on the Jungle Cruise.
Why can't I?
Because you did not graduate from Cal State Fullerton.
Is that the truth?
Your wife
could. My wife could be, and she loves the cruise, man. I'll tell you, the backside of water. The cruise, the backside of water. You know, that's the falls.
Everyone uses that joke, the backside of water.
That's the backside of water.
You got to come up with something new.
No, you have to go with the staples. There's like 6 or 7 jokes that you must say, and then you can improvise.
A tradition?
Yes.
A tradition unlike any other.
That is in the script.
Yes, it is.
The cruise. All right, before we talk MLB draft, all the good stuff with Jim Alexander here. Jim, have you ever called your car a whip?
No.
Come on!
I didn't think so.
Call it a hoopty.
Let me hop in my hoopty. There's a big baseball game.
That's going back a ways, all right?
Man, there's a lot of newspapers in my hoopty over here.
I'd call it a burner, except that has a different meaning these days.
It does. In the Twitter world, it means a lot different.
I must be out of it. I don't have any burner accounts.
You know, I don't either.
Your wife does, though.
I was going to say, I
got to check that out. She says she's not on Twitter, but I got to check that out.
See, I'm kind of jealous. I was telling Jeff, I kind of wish my wife would have these fake Twitter accounts and say how great the Inland Sports Show is and how funny and good-looking Pep Fernandez is. Like, I wish she would do that. Like,
yeah, but what if it went the other way?
Oh, yeah.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because there's always that other possibility.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I wish she had a burner account. I wish Pep's wife did have a burner account, because every time I say something besmirching of him, his wife calls me that night and yells at me.
That's not true.
Oh, no, it's true. Middle of the night, I'm getting a phone call and it says Lady Fernandez. I'm like, come on. Stop calling me and complaining.
Making fun of me.
Yeah, whatever. I'm
lovable, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Jeez. All right. Let's talk, I don't even know where to start. Let's talk Major League Baseball draft. Did you work on something on the draft, Jim? Are you one of those guys, because I am, where you follow every single pick as it pops up on the computer?
Not really. Not really. I kind of followed the first round to see where Terang was going to go. And then I figured, okay, guys are going to get drafted where they're going to get drafted, and we've got somebody else working on it. So,
because there's some good stories in there. Hey, the U of R kid was drafted. That was the first University of Redlands guy.
Sanji guy, too.
Yeah, he was two Sanji guys. So Haz Quijada at UCR and then Rainier Aguilar at the U of R, both Sanji guys, both went to the Padres.
Yeah.
So they're both going to be at the Storm. I would assume at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually at some point.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. So there's cool stories in there.
The thing that impressed me, UCR's now had somebody drafted 17 straight years. And that says something. And then Cal Baptist, now they've got a 9-year streak. So that says something about the quality of college baseball.
It's awesome.
And then you had Daniel Martinez from RCC getting drafted.
And the U of R guy, I mean, good baseball. A handful of high school guys. I mean, shoot, a first-round pick in Bryce Terang. I mean, pretty good year for baseball.
And meanwhile, 60 of the 64 NCAA teams come from the Southeast. What am I missing here?
I know.
Yeah, that is goofy. That's going
to change.
Yes, I hope so. Can
you imagine? Can you picture a scenario where UCR won the Big West and CBU won the WAC in the same year, and they both go to the postseason tournament, the Big Dance?
That would be wild.
What would you do, Jim?
I don't know.
Who would you follow?
If they both won and they were playing in a super regional, where would you hold it?
What if they lumped them together in the first four? A CBU versus UCR game. The winner goes into that first round of the NCAA tournament. I don't. Could they do that? I guess they could do that. Because
you put them in the same regional.
No, in that first four.
They don't have a first four in baseball.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was talking about. I'm all over the place.
You're talking about
basketball, but it could happen in baseball as well. If they each won their conference tournament, a WAC and a Big West title.
Yeah. Now, why the Big West they do not have a.
The Big West does not have a postseason tournament, and most of the other Big West and the Pac-12 don't. Most of the others do. So you get a lot of you get a lot of unexpected automatic bids, and then you got to scramble from there. But it just floored me looking at the original brackets and the fact that it was so Southeast heavy, and the idea that those teams don't play the same caliber of opposition in midweek games the teams out here do.
You wouldn't think, right?
The Big West and Pac-12 and the West Coast Conference, to a lesser degree, are beating each other up all season long. And, especially the Southeast Conference.
Now, Fullerton's still playing, right?
Fullerton is playing University of Washington this week in the Super Regional.
So we got them.
Yeah, all these West Coast teams, like, UCR, they go and they play San Diego State, University of San Diego. They've played UCLA in the past. They all play with each other, and they, like I said, they beat each other up. But that's some of the best baseball in America is right out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, mixed in like a St. Mary's. I mean, there's pretty good baseball just here in California. You have to go very far. All right. So Troy Percival, he's coming back. It wasn't the greatest of seasons for UCR. In fact, it was probably, I don't know, almost parallel to what they did last year. Maybe a win or two different, but it was basically the same season, right?
Pretty much. And, again, they lose a couple guys at midseason, and it sort of affects them in the second half. But, a lot of it is you have to be able to assemble the depth to overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to do that, it helps to be fully funded. And they're not quite there. They've got, I think Troy said they've got 10.6 scholarships. And the
10.6?
10.6.
Does that mean like maybe someone's got like a half, but
it's
a little more than a half?
It's an equivalency sport because you got 25 guys on the roster that get a partial scholarship of some sort.
Gotcha.
So they're all getting some money for school, but nobody's getting a full scholarship. But the NCAA maximum is 11.7, and most of the other teams in the Big West are at 11.7. And the way Troy explained it to me, that's a couple pitchers. That's a Friday and Saturday pitcher right there. The difference in scholarship money.
And funding-wise, does Troy Percival, I mean, we obviously know he has a lot of old baseball money from all the years he played. He funds part of it himself because I know when he was at Moreno Valley, he was funding the program. I'm sure he does the same with his own.
Troy's essentially coaching for free because he puts a ton of his money back into the program.
And his son's out there, Cole Percival, who I think he was
one of the freshman All-Americans.
Yeah, freshman All-American. What was he? The Big West Freshman Pitcher of the Year, like all those awards. Yeah. Fantastic as a true freshman, and I think he was the Friday night guy, right? Wasn't he like one?
He was.
Yeah,
he was. And as I wrote, consider this: you keep the coach, you keep the ace.
Exactly. It's a package deal, right? There's no way if Dad was gone.
Consider the alternatives.
And they got Nate Webb too, who was also a freshman All-American. He's a King High School guy.
Right.
I mean, so if you're looking at UCR, I mean, the future looks pretty good. You got some building blocks.
They've got some talent there.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some young guys that are going to be pretty good. Now, when I last talked to Troy, which was after their final game, it wasn't official yet, and I haven't heard anything from anybody to indicate either that, yes, it is official, or that, no, there's a problem and it's not going to happen. So,
his contract's up.
It was wending its way through the bureaucracy.
But his contract is up at the end of this season, right?
So it was a 2-year extension.
Gotcha.
That they had agreed to.
Well, hopefully he comes back. He's a local guy. He's a Highlander. Everybody loves him. There's lots of Angels fans in this area who identify with him.
And I guarantee you this. He can still recruit simply by holding up that Angels World Series ring.
Sure.
I'll tell you, a lot of kids still come to UCR because Troy Percival's the coach. I'm convinced of that.
And maybe the record, the win-loss isn't what they want it to be, but imagine if Troy Percival wasn't here and wasn't drawing the guys that he's at least getting right now, what would that record look like? You know what I mean? Like, okay, hey, they're around 500 mark. But if he wasn't here and getting like guys like Nate Webb or his son, obviously, Cole Percival, shoot, they could be like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 games under 500. I mean, it could be worse, right?
Yeah, and my feeling is that they need to fully fund the program. They need to put it on an equal status with the teams that they're chasing in the Big West because, and I've said this before, baseball is the one sport in the Big West that can get you a national championship still. I mean, I know that the map is increasingly slanted toward the southeast, but the Big West gets to Omaha, the Big West can win in Omaha. But you've got to be able to make the commitment to the program to give yourself a chance. And they haven't done that.
And we've seen local guys make that commitment to Coach Percival. I mean, last year they had a great incoming freshman class. They lost 8 seniors this year. But you look at the bulk of their offense, bulk of their young, they're all freshmen, sophomores, and they're all local guys. So you got to be happy if you're, a booster of UC Riverside baseball, if you're a fan of UC Riverside baseball, because you're going to see local kids, and those local guys can actually compete in the Big West. They just need to be given a chance. I think Coach Percival needs more of a chance, 3-4 more years to see those young guys come into fruition.
And see, that's the thing about UCR baseball. More than any other sport on that campus, they've been able to keep kids home. And that goes back to when Smitherin was there, and then all the way through Doug Smith and through Troy's tenure.
Yeah, you're right. More than any other sport, huh?
They keep the Riverside and the San Bernardino area kids at home.
Right, I didn't think about that. Hey, Jeff, Jim was telling me that he thinks the Cavaliers are going to come back.
He did?
Yeah, he was telling when I was helping him.
What?
I was out there helping him clean all the newspapers out, and he's like, "Man, I really think LeBron and the Cavs can come back here."
Hey.
No, I think you misheard me. I think what you heard me say was, yeah, LeBron can come back here to Los Angeles. No, listen. Okay, conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I love conspiracy theories.
Let's
hear it.
When the Lakers and Cavs made that big trade at midseason, and Clarkson and Nance went to Cleveland, you think LeBron's fingerprints might have been on that trade as a way of getting increasing cap space for LA?
Ooh.
Never thought of that because they did.
I like that.
Because
I like that, Jim.
You got Clarkson's ridiculous salary, which taken off the books of the Lakers. I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
That's a good call. See, that's why he's the writer. That's why you and I are.
Isaiah Thomas will be gone, right, from the Lakers. That's
right.
That's more money.
Right.
I didn't even think about that.
Good call.
Because everyone looks at it in a reverse way, because they're saying LeBron made these moves to get Cleveland better to make a run. He brought in the guys. Hey, Jordan Clarkson, I need that guy. Larry Nance, hey, that guy can jump, rebound. Let's
Rodney
bring in
Hood.
I need that guy. Maybe
he actually figured he was doing 2 for 1. But
you know what?
Maybe there is a side effect there.
Maybe he already knows in the back of his mind, I'm going to the Lakers. I know we need to free up money. Okay. When you guys make the trade with the Lakers, I need this guy, and this guy to come to Cleveland, and that way the Lakers will be in better position. That's what you're saying, right, Jim?
You can also you can also trade if you do a sign and trade. You could also do a sign and trade with Julius Randle. That would definitely get a lot of money off the books as well, because that money is not going to be allocated to Julius Randle. You can bring in possibly 3 max contracts.
Well, here's the question then. I mean, what you saw from Julius Randle this season, do you trust that enough to give him a long-term contract?
No. He reminds me.
That's the thing. It was this a salary drop?
Yeah. He reminds me of Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes was really good for the Warriors. Remember, he had a really good year, and he got a big contract with the Mavericks, and now we never hear about Harrison Barnes. I feel like that might be Julius Randle.
And we saw Julius Randle really not live up to his potential until the second half of this past season. I mean,
it was a half of a season.
Yeah. So if you're talking like 3 months of a season, is that really enough? And I don't think it is.
No, I agree with you 100%. In fact, I think you let him go if you know you're going to get Paul George and you have a chance to get LeBron James. There's no point in having a Julius Randle, which he's going to demand almost a max contract after this, his rookie contract. There's no way in heck you give that to him. You can bring in a guy, a veteran exception, for a lot less money, who wants to come in and try to win a championship in LA, instead of a guy who wants to be here for a long time and eat up your salary cap.
Another point, and talking about Philly now. All the stuff going on with Colangelo. Do you really think that a guy like LeBron looks at this and sees all the garbage that's going on in their front office? Do you really think he sees this and says, yeah, I want to go there and play? Maybe he does. I don't know. But I got to wonder if that will have some sort of effect.
I don't think he was ever going to go to Philadelphia. I think it was a lot of chatter. And the reason I think this, you have Joel Embiid, who's a very good player, great young player, athletic, a little questionable about his injury prone. But Ben Simmons, you're going to take the ball away from him that will stunt his growth. You want to develop him into be a shooter off the ball, dribbling, a true point guard, a Magic Johnson point guard. You're going to stifle his development if you bring in LeBron James because he's going to demand the ball. You're not going to see any improvement because Ben Simmons right now is strictly a ball handler. Can't shoot outside 5 feet. So why would you bring in LeBron James if you're going to stifle your two young stars?
Good point.
Let's take a break. You want to stay around, Jim, for our high school football talk?
Sure.
We'll talk high school football playoff divisions. Not a huge shakeup, but there are some interesting things that we just saw as we got through all the divisions. All the fall sports are out for the CIF, but the football one's what we'll concentrate on next because there is a little bit of movement between some of the top teams here in the Inland Empire. So when we come back, we'll talk a little high school football. Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise joining us live on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
have to take it. I want to go to a good college so I can have a fruitful life.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Dearly beloved.
Why, yes, it is. It's a Ramona Rams football helmet, Jim. We got several helmets here in the studio, and we've got one that looks exactly like the LA Rams current helmet, right? It's like the navy blue with the white horns.
That's the best helmet in the entire world.
Because this was old school, right? And then they brought it back.
Yes.
But this one's Ramona.
That was from the 60s.
Well, the Ramona Rams still rock.
In fact, before the Rams moved back, they were playing a game in San Diego. I think it was like 2000. And a bunch of Rams fans showed up and trying to get the team back to Los Angeles, and they had Los Angeles Rams signs and everything. And there were 4 guys sitting up in the corner, Qualcomm Stadium, and they were wearing the Fearsome Foursome jerseys. Lamar Lundy and Rosie Greer and Merlin Olsen and Deacon Jones.
They're trying, right?
Old.
That's old. That's what they had, the blue and white.
Yep.
And now they're bringing it back. Although we were just talking off air that I'd love to see the royal blue and the yellow back.
Oh, I think everybody would. I know the fans would. I think the team really would. And the last that we've heard, the last thing that Vinny Bonsignor, who is on top of these things, last thing he wrote was that normally the league allows you to wear your throwbacks twice a year. They've given them a dispensation where they can wear them a third time. And the Rams management is saying, look, that's not enough. I mean, we want to wear them unlimited times.
Yeah. We want to make them our uniforms, not throwbacks, just our normal uniforms.
That would be awesome.
I'd like to see that, too.
Me, too.
All right, we're going to get back to the high school football playoff divisions. They were just released by the CIF Southern Section.
And Jeff finally found them on his computer.
I did. Yeah, I pulled him up. Whew, I was worried.
He's got the fastest fingers in the West. He navigates like nobody else.
I do.
We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. It's so easy. You can buy, trade, and finance. They got weekly specials where you can save thousands of dollars. You'll have tons of extra money where you can go out and buy yourself a Rams helmet, maybe build a garden, maybe even put together a trampoline in the backyard. You'll have so much extra money. And now, if you say Inland Sports Show at Catalano Motors, you get $500 off anything there. Anything. You just point and click.
Off of any whip?
Or
yes.
hoopty.
Or a hoopty.
Or a hoopty. I'll take the white hoopty over there. $500 off. Just say Inland Sports Show. That's for real. All right, we got Jim Alexander, sports columnist from the Press Enterprise, here joining us live in studio. We're talking about the high school football playoff divisions because they were just coming out. And Jeff, we were looking at this for a while because there were some leaks coming out online, and I think those leaks were about right, don't you think? I don't think there was any big discrepancies between the playoff divisions that we saw like on Twitter a couple days ago and what we're seeing now. Let's see. In Division 1, again, it's the same old. It's Centennial for our IE schools. Rancho Cucamonga's in there too. Murrieta Valley and Vista Murrieta, right? The normal suspects. In Division 2, that was Division 1. In Division 2, Norco, Heritage, Great Oak, the Rancho Verdes now in 2 because of the Division 3 champs from a season ago.
Upland.
And Upland. Yeah, in fact, Upland's just snuck into Division 2. They're almost Division 1, as was Norco. And Redlands East Valley is also in there. So I think that's basically all the same teams, at least locally, that were Division 2 last year.
Yeah, and I do have a screen grab of the leaked CIF. And
nobody calls them screen grabs, Jeff.
Screen grab? They don't? What do they call
Nobody
them?
in your whip. Huh? I don't know, because I said screen grab, and you guys all laughed at me.
It's a screen whip.
A screen whip. Off my
You guys all
screen
made
whip.
fun of me. I remember saying a screen grab. You guys, they don't call that, Pep. It's a screenshot, you dummy.
No, it's exactly
you guys
the
hurt my
same. So
feelings.
somebody got the leaked information correctly.
Oh, they did?
For once. It's correct.
Maybe Rob Wygod leaked it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of,
get people talking about it, right?
I don't know.
In Division 3, it's getting really juicy now. Cajon, Roosevelt, Murrieta Mesa, who was a semifinalist from a season ago. Santiago's in there. Throw in Damien. Paloma Valley, Citrus Hill, and Etiwanda. Oh, yeah. That's
Etiwanda.
Division 4. Division 4, not as juicy as Division 3, but we got Ukaipa in there. When I say juicy, I mean lots of like high-profile Inland Empire schools. Yeah, we got Ukaipa's in there, Chaparral, and King. We got 3 local schools in there. Listen, we can't go through every single division, but let's go through one more. This would be, what, Division 5?
Yes.
The Burroughs. I'm just going to throw those out there real quick. The Burroughs. We got Corona in there, Redlands, Aquinas, and Carter. And Aquinas was the biggest mover in the shaker because they won a CIF Southern Section Division 9 championship, and they catapulted all the way to 5. I'm surprised. I thought they would be 7, but not 5.
No, I would be curious just to see what the Aquinas people, their coaches and administrators and whatnot, what they really think of this.
I could text them right now.
Do you? Yeah. Why don't you? Because I'd be curious. Do they welcome this, or are they thinking, "Wait, what do we get ourselves into?"
Well, I know exactly what they're thinking. They're going, where are my Germans? Where is my St. Brandon Rankins? What are we going to do? Because I'll tell you, they've lost the big part of their offense, and their big German guys are gone. Are there more Germans on the horizon?
See, that's the thing. That's one of the imperfections of this system is they go on past performance, but the roster changes every year. You lose a bunch of seniors, and now you get moved up, but maybe you should be moved down because of what you have.
Yeah. I think the biggest example of this, I remember Riverside Poly had that great senior class. I believe it was 2014. Yes. They didn't win the title, but they went to the championship game against Redlands East Valley, where Rev went the whole way and won the state championship. But that, like, once-in-a-generation senior class, they were unbelievable. And then they all graduate, and then the playoff format started coming out, and they're like, oh, Riverside Poly's really good. I think they started out like Division 4 or 5, and they were just in over their head.
Yeah.
Because that one great senior class they had.
Because there's a difference. I mean, there's a difference between a school like Centennial or Vista Murrieta or one of those where you know they're going to be up there every year because the pipeline keeps replenishing the talent. Whereas another school that has that senior class or that one core of players, and when they graduate, when they leave, then all of a sudden they're starting over.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the difference between the Yankees and the Minnesota Twins.
Yes, you're right. The Yankees consistently, you know what I mean, like building on success, and year after year, you can kind of, they usually make some trades and spend some money, but you know they're going to be there.
Yeah, a team like the Twins or the Pirates or somebody like that takes them 3 or 4 years to rebuild and get to that point where the talent is doing something, and then their guys leave by a free agency, and they have to start over.
I was kind of surprised that Cajon, who won the Division 4 championship and went to the state finals, I think that was 2A, I think it was?
Yes.
Or 2AA, 2A? For the state finals. They're only in Division 3. So they won the 4 title, and they put them in 3. I thought for sure they'd be in 2. I thought maybe there was an outside chance they may even stick them in 1. But remember, they look at the last 2 seasons to place them in the playoffs for this upcoming year. And I guess based on the season before, 2016, they were in Division 3, but barely. They were like on the cusp of making it to Division 2. But, man, they're loaded again. I wouldn't be surprised if Cajon wins a Division 3 CIF Southern Section title this upcoming season.
Yeah, you got the best quarterback in the entire world, Jaden Daniels, and skilled guys on, he's got bookend receivers. He can throw to anybody. Defensively might be their biggest question. Because they do.
But you know what? I see on Twitter, like, they have these defensive back, these young DBs that didn't really play last year because they had so many great seniors from this last class, and they're already getting D1 offers. I'm like, okay, they're fine. They've got guys coming up. They're going to be just fine.
And see, the thing is that when I talked to the Southern Section Commissioner, Rob Wygod, at the start of the season, he had talked about eventually having a sort of system where the teams input their information every week, and they keep an up-to-date log, and whatever algorithm they use, they have one grouping at the start of the season, and it changes from week to week. And at the end of the season, then you have your official playoff grouping based on not only the 2 seasons before, but what you did that season.
I kind of like that because I feel like some teams
Yeah.
are being punished for what happened. Like a Riverside Poly. It's like, man, that team was great, but like this is a different team. Like we don't belong playing, the Centennials of the world, or let's say a Heritage of the world. Like, lump us where we deserve to be lumped.
Yeah, I think that would be much more fair.
You want to hang around more?
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have anywhere to go, do you?
Nah.
Dinner? No big dinner plans?
Substation.
Substation.
Yeah.
That's his place, right? We're almost done getting all the newspapers
just
out.
got another unsolicited, unpaid for commercial.
There you go.
We're working on them. When we come back, we'll have more with Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise Sports Columnist. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
What else? Oh, yeah, we got to trim some of the fat around here.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, And I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. All right, Jeff, $1,000. What song is this?
Prince.
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Man, I owe you another $1,000. Yeah, you didn't
Wait,
get it all.
hold on.
It's incomplete.
No, it's not.
Incomplete. You didn't get the whole thing.
It's not Apollonia, is it? Oh, I would have said Vanity, but now. Hey, today is Prince's birthday, so in homage to Prince, we are playing nothing but the best of Prince. Our guy Chris Chaddock's probably crying right now.
He probably is.
He
right?
loves
He named
Prince.
his son Prince.
He did.
Defensive coordinator at Carter High School.
Like Michael Jackson named his son Prince.
How's Luke doing? Your son Luke.
Oh, Luke has been
Speaking of sons.
Been struggling.
Struggling?
No,
He's talking
Johnny.
up your boy.
Johnny's been struggling.
But your boy Luke, the little one.
Oh, he's always.
He's kind of Instagram famous.
He is Instagram famous. Because he doesn't look anything like me.
He's good looking.
He's really good looking.
Really good looking.
He's got beautiful hair.
He definitely didn't get that from you.
But it's really funny as they'll go, because I'll take him to the grocery store, because I take all my little, I have 3 little ones. And they go to the grocery store.
You're brave. You take the little ones when you grocery shop?
I take them everywhere with me.
That's brave.
That's the best part. See, if you take them out, then they're like trained. Like I can take them to restaurants and they're not throwing food everywhere or crying. But every time I take Luke with me to the grocery store, I'll have a different person go, "Oh, your grandson is adorable."
No.
Yeah. I'll go, "That's my son,
Grandpa."
Yeah.
That's the downside of the babe magnet.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I had that. I mean, you've got the little one, you got the little grandson in the stroller. Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Do you admit that it's your grandson, or do you try and
No, it's
play
my
along?
son.
No, I admitted it.
Yeah, but I have it all the time. Hey, he's a beautiful boy. Where does he get the hair? Is he adopted?
Not you.
Yeah.
Those good looks in the hair. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Or I go, "That's my son." Stepson? No, it's my son, you sons of. Yeah, exactly. But no, Luke's.
Wear the hat.
He's very, very internet savvy though. He's got faces.
He's internet savvy.
Oh, he's very internet savvy. He can talk. He says Pep Fernando's.
Yeah,
he's only one, for gosh sakes. But yeah,
that's a big word.
I have
a lot of syllables.
Yeah, lots of syllables. But we go everywhere, and everybody goes, "Get that kid into movies. Get him into movies."
By the way, I have a bone to pick with you, Pep.
Oh!
Get in line. Okay. All right, we'll put you at the front of the line.
The other night at the HS Game Time Awards banquet.
I was really good, wasn't I?
You were good, but I was waiting for you to break out into a little Ronaldo Burgundo, and you never did.
My Anchorman character.
Yes.
See, if they would have prefaced, like, hey, when you come to the show, come as the I guess he would be the Inland Sports Anchorman now, because I got the whole.
You could sneak away and do a costume change.
I still have the wig. I got the mustache. I got the hideous blazer. I could do it.
They got to write that into next year's.
I need to do that.
I'm going to tell you a little story about that character. What's his name? Ronaldo? Okay. Before I knew you, Pep, somebody was like, you got to see this guy. You got to see this guy.
Up. Are you making this up?
No, I'm not making this up.
If you're making this up, I'm going to bring my donkey from home, and he's going to bite you.
No. Somebody goes, you got to see this guy. I said, who? This guy, Pep Fernandez, he does this character. It looks like Ron Burgundy. And you know me, I'm pretty flippant. I just looked at it and said, who the hell is this weirdo?
You didn't say this is
good.
I
said, who is this weirdo? And then, of course, I watched and I got a couple giggles. Then I got to meet Pep. And I always wanted to go, dude, what was up with that hair and that mustache? But you did that for what? What was the reason you did that for? It was for a school. Somebody offered.
I did it. I did it a bunch of times. I did it for HS Game Time. I did it for Great Oak football.
Yeah, you taped something.
I did it for Santiago football. He needs to come back this summer. Maybe like a year in review with Ronaldo.
That would be awesome.
Rich Jeff
and Ronaldo.
Oh.
I would never hang with anyone named Ronaldo. No, not unless I'm on the south of France in my yacht. I don't hang with anybody named Ronaldo or Pep Fernandez for that moment. Peasant Pep.
I don't know if the studio would be big enough for those alter egos.
Two big egos. Big egos.
Oh, Pep Fernandez, I love you.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You can be fancy if you go to Spoiled. Get your oil change every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. You're overdue. I know it.
No! Every day I get my oil changed at Spoiled. No!
We love you, Bill Navigado. All right, we got Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise here joining us in studio. And I got some news for Jim Alexander.
You do? You're going to scoop him.
I'm going to scoop him right now.
Scoop.
Okay, even though I just read the press release, so it's not a big scoop. So you were saying a local golfer qualified for the U.S. Open, not named Aaron Wise or Brendan Steele or Ricky Fowler, right?
Exactly.
Do you know what his name is?
David Gonzalo.
And he is a UCR guy, right?
UCR guy, a Riverside Poly guy, plays out of Victoria Club.
And he also, I read that he won the Cal State Open a couple times.
Twice, yeah.
So he's a good golfer.
He's been on the web.com tour.
So Jim comes in here because, Jim knows everything in IE. And he's like, hey, did you hear about the golfer that qualified for the U.S. Open? I said, Jim.
Did you hear about the golfer?
Not only did I know that, but I know of a second golfer that qualified for the U.S. Open. You know who that other golfer might be? Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise?
I'm all ears.
Give me a hint.
He's a coach. He's a local coach. Local golf coach.
No!
It's not Jeff Moore.
Thank God.
No, so I read that UC Riverside coach Rick Todd qualified for the Senior Open.
That's right. Okay. All right.
So I told you there was a caveat there. There was a little bit of an asterisk there with that one.
There you go.
So yeah, I did. He's a coach, so obviously he understands the game. He probably was pretty good. Apparently, he's still really good because he qualified.
Evidently.
So 2 golfers qualifying for the U.S. Open. So there you go. There was your scoop that I read from the press release a couple minutes ago. The NHL, Jeff, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up that hockey score? Because I bet you they're about to drop the puck. And I believe Game 5 is in Las Vegas.
It is in Las Vegas, so they probably have not dropped the puck yet. They're probably still in the pregame ceremony.
Jim, what do you
Sword in the stone and flags and shooting down jets and all kinds of stuff.
Okay, first off, this is a 2-pronged question. What do you think of those pregame intros for the Las Vegas Golden Knights with the whole medieval times, the whole, theatrical performance?
I wait until 5:20 and then turn it on.
Oh,
by
Jim.
then they drop the puck. Yeah, I mean, that's for some people that stuff's not for me.
Hey, did you see who
Play the game.
Did you see who the Capitals had for their?
No, that's what I was going to ask.
Pat Sajak.
Yeah. Hey, all right. Where's Vanna?
And you know what? And that's even more lame. I mean, are we going to try and outdo Vegas by bringing in the wheel of the lesser half of the Wheel of Fortune? I mean, if you're going to do it, bring in Vanna.
Bring in Vanna White.
Out loud.
See, that's what I would love to have been in that Washington Capitals meeting. And they're like, man, did you see Las Vegas and the Knights and
Michael
the Swords?
Buffer?
And the Michael Buffer was announcing. What can we do to beat them? You know what? Pat Sajak.
I'm gonna buy him out!
We're gonna put him in a little sweater vest where he's gonna go out there and talk about his season tickets. It's gonna be great. That was their answer.
And
their
I
counter.
would have said, no, here's the way you beat him. Win 4 games.
Yeah. I'd rather win the Stanley Cup than, have a cool little intro.
Exactly.
Not me. I love shows.
I can picture you, Jeff, sitting at home with a big turkey leg, like eating it like meat off the bone, getting in that medieval times, that medieval times mindset.
I always have the medieval times mindset. I eat with my hands all the time. All the time. I eat soup with my hands.
I'm sure your wife appreciates that.
His house is a big mess.
Oh, it's just a giant. Got kids
a bigger
everywhere.
mess than my trunk.
We're almost done. That's the good news. We only got one stack left. We've almost cleaned out his entire car. Just covered in newspapers.
I think we're at 1996 now.
Yeah, I just read that the expansion Florida Marlins are pretty good, that they might win the World Series. I just read that on the cover. All right, we come back. More with Jim Alexander. We will update the Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon. We got the Inland Empire High School Baseball All-Star Game tomorrow night, so we'll talk about that as well. And anything going down between the Caps and the Golden Knights. You got the score, right, Jeff?
Yes. They have not started.
They haven't?
No.
Oh, there's
What'd I tell you?
Michael Buffer still doing his thing.
Yes, he is.
We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Do you know who I am?
No, I can't say that I do.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
Inland Empire.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. every single day, live and amplified from 3 to 6 p.m. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I am simply Pep Fernandez. We're brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. Right now, it's the world-famous Sidewalk Sale. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour shoes, all between 30 and 70% off. The clothing is also on sale as well, but it ends Saturday. So you got to get out there to Horstown, USA, Ken Sporting Goods. It's the world-famous Sidewalk Sale. So if you like Adidas, Nike, Under Armour basketball shoes, maybe cross trainers. Do they still make cross trainers?
Of course they do, Pep.
Cross trainers, running shoes, hats,
baseball helmets.
Sure. They got it all at Ken Sporting Goods. I've been there. I've got lost in all the sporting gear.
Do they have stainless steel cups?
Probably.
I hope they do.
I think Jim might have missed our segment yesterday. Thank you, Ken Sporting Goods, by the way. Jim, I think you missed our segment yesterday. We were talking about the Cleveland Browns. And
I probably did because I was in Petco Park at the time.
Oh, yeah, well, you missed it. It was our finest hour.
Okay.
Because the Browns, you probably heard about this. They're going to go into camp with just the solid orange helmets, and you got to earn your brown stripes. So if you
there is no one-liner that can do that justice.
Well, Pep, you kind of fell into that one. Or you slid into it.
Jeff's earning his brown stripes as we speak. I mean, every day he's over there.
That is typical Cleveland. That is typical Brown.
You know, I mean, that's what I thought. Like, the marketing people didn't think, like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't earn our brown stripes on the helmet. There's a lot of brown stripes.
Oh. Yeah, if you practice really hard, you're going to earn them.
I earned lots of brown stripes.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
All the time.
So.
My children, especially my 1-year-old, he's earned his. He's earned them well. Got lots of brown stripes. Sometimes my 5-year-old too, my 12-year-old. Yeah, him too. All 3 of those Gorham boys have earned their brown stripes. They can play. They can start right now for the Browns. I bet you they would do well. Hey, I want to say this before we get going. Greg was playing a little Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
Did you know the last of the Lollipop Guild died? There is no one left of the Wizard of Oz.
Is that true?
Every person ever made in that movie, everybody involved with that movie, guess what? Dead. So next time you watch The Wizard of Oz.
Moment of silence.
I think a moment of silence is in
Okay. Yes, let's give a moment of silence for the Lollipop Guild.
You have something special, Greg? No.
Okay, here's the deal, though. When you watch the movie,
short moment.
Yeah,
very short, very small moment.
We've all moved on very quickly.
It was a munchkin of a size of a moment there. But listen, when you watch the movie from now on, just know that everyone that is associated, the PAs, the people that were building the sets, the actors, that little dog too, and everyone.
The little dog too.
The little dog too, Toto, all dead.
You know what that means? That means it's a really old movie.
Really damn old. When the last Munchkin survived, and he was like 300 years old, he died yesterday. He did. He really, really died. The Lollipop Guild's oldest actor, last living survivor of The Wizard of Oz, dead.
Munchkins do have an unbelievable lifespan, don't they?
They do. They're like a Galapagos turtle. You know, they can live to be like 200 years old.
Like Chewbacca.
Like
as
Chewbacca.
we learned in the
190.
Solo movie.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Great.
Yeah, those Munchkins from the Lollipop Guild, man, they've got something special in their DNA. They can live to be like a Galapagos turtle.
And as Jim Healy used to say, he doesn't make them up, Pally.
Nope.
No. Jeff's all real.
All right, I just had to throw that out.
Why would we steer the people wrong, right?
I love The Wizard of Oz, and I shed a little tear. A small tear for a small guy.
It's appropriate.
It is appropriate.
Hey, before we get to an NHL Stanley Cup Finals update and some of the Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon, just a quick reminder that coming up tomorrow night, we will be doing the show live from San Manuel Stadium because we're going to be broadcasting the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game as Riverside County's taking on San Bernardino County. The top seniors in all of the Inland Empire will be on display. Jeff Gorham, Stephen Kono. We'll have the call live. I'm going to be working a camera. We're going to have a great time.
I'm going to call ball, strike, and curveball.
Was that a different category?
Whole different category. Ball, strike.
So the umpire is going to be like, it's count is 2 and 1 and 1.
Curveball. But I can't wait.
What if he throws the slider?
Then that's a whole other. That's a whole other.
That's way. That was just confusing.
Yeah, that's way too much for me to say. But how cool is that? I mean, that's a great ballpark. Everybody's going to be there. Maybe we'll have some big superstars, future Major League Baseball players.
Yeah, a couple of the King pitchers got drafted. The Rialto Vic Vodnik pitcher, he got drafted. They're all-stars, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be one last time to kind of celebrate these guys, and some of them will be playing at the college level. Well, actually, a bunch of them. We've seen the list of where they're going to college, and then a couple of these guys have been drafted too, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be entertaining. I'm going to give you the best call I can, Pep. The best. I'm going to be a lot like Anchorman.
Are you?
I might be in character tomorrow night. Would you appreciate that?
I would. Speaking of, I dug up one of the old ones.
You did?
I had to dig real deep.
What did you dig up?
I had to dig real deep. Because I remember I told you I did one for Great Oak and Santiago.
Oh, yes. What was it, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
All right,
it was like the Mexican Ron Burgundy, because I'm Mexican.
You're Mexican and Jewish, my friend.
I am.
So,
I'm a little bit of both.
You're a little bit of both.
Thank you, Greg. So, I couldn't find the Santiago one, but I found the Great Oak one. So I'm just going to play a little snippet. It's like 2 minutes long. We're not going to play the whole thing. I'm not going to bore you. But you want to play? Maybe like 30 seconds. Here, and this was, I think it was like their end of year like banquet. You know, at the end of the football season, you get together, you have your banquet, and you give out the awards and stuff. So they asked me to tape something and send it to them. So this was, man, I don't remember the year. Maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Here's the Anchorman.
This burrito is delicious. Oh, hello, Great Oak. I am the HS Game Time Anchorman, and I hope everyone is having a very special evening with the Great Oak football team. I'd like to congratulate the Wolfpack on a wonderful season and earning a playoff spot this year. You know, from the very beginning, I knew you were, how do I say this?
Is it me or is
kind of a big deal. People know you. And don't act like you're not impressed with head coach Robbie Robinson.
I can still picture him saying
I hope all you seniors really
sausages.
cherish the games this season. Cherishing things like my hair.
You have no Irish in you there, too?
And my mustache. And I'm talking to you, Anthony Bandong. And listen, I believed in Great Oak all season long, just like I believe in Nick Fisher. Nick, where are you? Oh, there you are. I see you in there. Listen, I believed in you, very unlike HS Game Time's Pep Fernandez. It's a fact. It's science. So let me show you why. So we have the You Pick 'em contest, and every single week, Pep would pick against Great Oak. What is that guy's deal? He's ridiculous. Let's look at the picks in the Press Enterprise. Great Oak versus Rancho Verde in week number 2. And yes, Pep picked Rancho Verde. Dumb. Okay.
All right, that's enough.
What the hell, bro?
Hello, neighbor.
Did you just throw a burrito out your window?
I had a burrito and I threw it. You can't see the video, but I had a burrito in my hand. I just threw it.
What happened to that burrito?
I think I ate it.
I hope so. Good golly. You'd never destroy a burrito.
Huh?
Ever. Don't ever destroy a burrito.
You know, with that mustache, you kind of look like Bob's Burger.
I haven't seen that cartoon. Do I?
Why did I bring it up?
Oh, it's out there. All right. Is there a hockey score?
Yeah, it's 0-0.
That's it?
Nobody's put the biscuit in the basket yet.
That's right. Jim, you're a hockey guy, right?
Yeah.
You enjoy hockey.
I do.
I mean, because obviously as a reporter, you can't pick teams, right? You can't pick favorites.
Exactly.
But you must, when you were a young Jim Alexander delivering newspapers, you must have had favorite teams growing up, right?
Yeah.
Before your media days, who were your favorite teams?
Everything LA, basically.
So the Kings, right?
Kings.
Dodgers.
Lakers,
Dodgers. Rams.
Are you an Angels fan?
Although originally, growing up, I was a Baltimore Colts fan.
Johnny U?
Because of Johnny U. Because I read a Johnny U biography and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I was like 8 or 9 years old. And the Rams were horrible at that time anyway, so I was, already a front runner.
What were books like back then? Because no one reads books. They don't. No one reads books anymore. Everybody's on their phone or their Kindles. Bring back the books. Johnny U is the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
I agree with that 100%. Johnny Unitas is the best quarterback ever.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, way better. Way better than Joe Montana, Tom Brady.
Who is?
I'm with Jim.
Yeah,
Johnny U
take
is
that
the
mic
best.
away from him?
No way.
Get that
Don't you
mic.
agree? The three Johns of our era: Johnny Unitas, John Kennedy, and Pope John the 23rd.
Oh,
There you
John
go.
Elway.
John Elway.
That's later.
Yeah. Johnny U's the greatest of all time.
A young whippersnapper.
Johnny U.
Yes. Look at him. They don't even know who he is.
No, I know Johnny
They don't
U.
know you don't.
Yeah, he wore number 19.
We better see if we can find that book in the library.
Yes, we need to. No, that was Joe Namath. He was calling his shot on Broadway.
Hold on. Jim Alexander could answer this. Didn't Johnny Unitas play at the end with the Chargers?
He did.
Take it all back, Jeff. I know Johnny U.
Hey, I'm going to say it from like I'm a hockey guy. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's a great organization.
Sorry, eh?
Sorry, eh? It's about time you got something right there, Pep.
Can we go back to the update desk and he scored?
Yes, 0-0.
Hey! Yeah. You got me. Let's go through some of the Major League Baseball scores from this afternoon as well. In 13 innings, it's the Reds over the Rockies. We did mention the Cubs beat the Phillies 4-3. Tyler Chatwood pitched. Didn't get the win, but he was pretty good. Although he walked, 7 batters, we said?
Yeah, a little bit of a lull there for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he started off slow. Then he won like 3 in a row, and he's kind of, leveling out a little bit, I guess. The former Redlands East Valley Wildcat. The Twins over the White Sox by a score of 7-2. The Cardinals over the Mets 4-1, that final from this afternoon. Bunch of games still in progress. And again, the Halos are off tonight. The Dodgers played the morning game. The Dodgers beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-7 the final score. Jock Peterson going deep twice in this game. Cody Bellinger also hit a home run. Jim, when you look at the Dodgers, and again, you were saying like it's more of an offensive league right now where batting reigns. We were talking about the other day, just earlier this week, that how long do you ride it out, specifically with Cody Bellinger, and I guess you could probably throw Jock Peterson in that group. How long do you ride it out with these guys to try to fix it, get back on track, or at some point you have to pull the plug and say, you know what, Bellinger's going to the bench, or hey, we're going to send you to AAA to work on the swing. We're going to go Andrew Tolles. I don't know, Kike Hernandez, somebody else.
Well,
but now they're hitting.
Yeah, I mean, consider that they did bench him, and then he comes back and hits home runs 3 straight days in Pittsburgh. So maybe that got his attention. I don't know.
Would you say?
Yeah, and he's going to the other field too. I mean,
today was the opposite. Today was the opposite field home run for Bellinger.
Now a lot of talk. I mean, we've kind of noticed him is Max Chuck Muncy or Max Muncy.
Is
he been a surprise or what? I mean, he was with the Oakland A's last year, got released, and now he's doing. I mean, look at every 14 at bats, he's hitting a home run.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing like Chris Taylor last year. Like Tolles when they brought him up, these guys that just kind of come out of nowhere, get their chance, and they're ready for it.
Yeah, because Muncy was actually playing pretty well, and he was playing at first base, and and Bellinger was in center field a little bit.
Bellinger in center field when Jock wasn't hitting.
But I was kind of thinking, man, they could put Taylor back out in center, play like Kike Hernandez or someone else at short, and Bellinger might be out of a spot, but he's hitting again. So
but
I guess
the thing is, and you look at their roster, and they've built this depth. They built this deep team for a reason, both position player wise and pitcher wise. I mean, if you have to do essentially 3 bullpen games on a 6-game trip, and you come out of it 5-1,
pretty darn good.
It's pretty darn good. Fortune smiling on you.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Rick Croy,
he's has a recruit. He says he's going to make time to give us a call.
All right.
And talk basketball camps and what's going on at CBU this weekend.
CBU men's basketball head coach Rick Croy. Fingers crossed when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash stance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right? Because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe. He's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stands any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports. Everyone's going to Boost Performance Training. So maybe you're a youth, baseball player or football player. You can go to Boost, get faster, get stronger, be the best on your team, get a Letterman's jacket full of patches because you're all CIF because you went to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. That's Boost Performance Training in Corona. Jeff, we broke the news a week or two ago, but I just saw it on Twitter that's officially official. Brian Weathers, who was the director of basketball operations for UC Riverside, now the head boys basketball coach at Marietta Valley.
Yeah, our guy told us, actually, we broke the news. He called us the second it happened, and couldn't be for a better guy. He's taken over for his mentor and longtime coach, Steve Carabelda, who was fell ill this year, so none would have been better other than Brian Weathers. He is the best guy to fill that role.
All right now let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. We're going to squeeze him in for a couple minutes because we love this guy. It's the head basketball coach at Cal Baptist University, Rick Croy. Coach Croy, how are you doing? It's been a while.
I'm doing great, guys.
You're always fired up. You got recruits on campus. You got camps getting ready to pop off. I mean, what's going on at CBU?
Oh, a lot. We're, the guys got out a few weeks ago, and we gave them a little break. Now they're back on campus for summer school. We got high school team camp this summer. We got over 30 teams representing the Inland Empire, so we're excited about that. And then we got our youth basketball camps starting on June 18th. So a lot of great things happening on campus.
Now, I know at these team camps, you get a lot of these, these great teams from around the Inland Empire. I popped over there last year, and there's, games going on at the time, in Van Dyne and over in that. First time I'd been in that facility, not the arena, but the
rec center.
Is that what they call it? The rec center? That's a beautiful facility, too. Coach, you got games all over the place on all these beautiful courts. It's a nice thing to have.
It is, we've added the best one, the event center. So we try and utilize all three, and this year we're excited to announce that both our team camps and our day camps for the young ones are in the event center. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
See, if I was a little guy and I was playing basketball, I would go just to play in that arena. Just get on that floor, learn from the best, from the Lancers, and also get a chance to go inside that arena and say, hey, I played there. So, Coach, how are the camps looking, and what kind of ages are we looking at? Is it from the little guys all the way to, like you said, the high school campers?
Our day camps are ages 5 to 14 for boys and girls. And last year, we had the largest day camps in California. In 4 weeks, we had over 900 kids attend camp. This year, we're expecting over 1,000 kids.
Holy smokes.
That's a lot. That's every kid in the Riverside area, Coach.
It sure feels like it, though.
We have a lot of fun with it. Our players work the camps from both programs, men's and women's basketball, and they serve. They're great leadership opportunities for our players, and they get role modeling repetitions, and it's just really a neat thing. And we always say with CBU that the name keeps growing, but we just want to get as many people on campus as we can, and they're always blown away by the resources, but also the positive energy on campus.
Coach, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about, I just saw the press release about the newest guy that's going to be a CBU Lancer. I hope I'm saying it right. Farron Flavors?
Farron Flavors, yeah. We told him he's got to wear number 31. So
31 Flavors. There you go, man. Coach Croy's the best. Hey, Coach, Jeff and I, we both worked at Baskin-Robbins 31 Flavors.
Yes, we did.
We both did.
Hey, chocolate chip. Just keep it simple. That's my favorite flavor of all time.
I'm the same guy. Chocolate chip all the way.
Now, Coach, can we get any kind of hints as to next year's season schedule? Is there anything you can give us, any tidbits, or is that going to be held quiet?
Top secret.
It is going to be fairly secret until we release it for our season ticket holders. We had a great season. We've sold a ton of season tickets year one. We had over 800 season ticket holders. We're excited to go over 1,000 this year, and so we want to make sure we release that to them first. But we're going to play 3 or 4 Big West teams. We're going to play a top 10 nationally ranked team. Actually, I think they're top 5 right now. We're going to have some great games in the event center. And then, obviously, we play a full WAC schedule. So I think it's going to be a really, really exciting schedule.
Now, Coach, if I buy season tickets right this second, will you be able to tell me now?
Yeah, I'll text you. Right now,
Jeff has his credit card out right now. He's ready to do this.
Hey, let me know. I got the PayPal ready.
Now, Coach, how can we find out? How can the general public find out about your camps? Who do we contact? And tell us maybe if you have some dates, you can let us know.
Yep, our first set of camps starts on June 18th. We go 4 different weeks of camp. So the first week is June 18th. Our second week is June 25th. And then our third week starts July 9th. And our final week, our session 4, starts July 16th. And they're all Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday. Camps run from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If anyone's interested, they can call Josh Dene, Riverside Poly High School legend, Josh Dene, 951-880.
Oh, no.
We lost him.
880. We don't get the last 4 numbers.
Oh, man. He hung it out there.
Yeah.
I think he
is letting us. He is teasing us. A low-hanging fruit. He said top 5 team. I just tried to look up the top 5 from next year. He's either playing Duke, Virginia, Villanova, Arizona, or UCLA. I bet you it's one of those teams.
He said too much. Somebody pulled the plug. Maybe the CBU president was like, "Oh, we got to pull the plug on this."
Oh man,
he said too much.
He did, but we will get out the information on the social media, on our Twitter, on our Facebook. We will get that information out to the people.
I'm just concerned about his well-being at this point. Like that's not like him to just drop off the face of the earth.
No, he's in that. He's probably in that big arena. There he is. He's back. Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go. Okay, Coach, 880.
880-8616.
There it is.
That's for Josh Dene. Again, 951-880-8616. And you could also go to cbulancers.com, click on men's basketball, and it will lead you to our current website.
Well, Coach, we were worried about you when you dropped off, but we're glad that you're okay. Get that information. We can share it with the Inland Empire. We always appreciate you checking in, and hopefully we'll run into you again real soon.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Pep. Thanks, Coach.
I'll see you this weekend, Coach.
Sounds great.
All right, that's Rick Croy. Thanks, Coach. All right, Rick Croy, head men's basketball coach at Cal Baptist University. He's okay. That's the good news. He's okay. He's okay. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Quakes baseball coming your way in just about 30 minutes. You're listening and watching your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of...
back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Catalana Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. I got my Catalana Motors polo shirt on, repping the team. You can buy, trade, and finance. They got weekly specials where you can save thousands of dollars. And if you mention the Inland Sports Show, you get $500 off. $500
off your whip.
There's no whips. No whips.
Yes, it is whips.
Find your whip at Catalano Motors in Corona. CatalanoCars.com is the website.
How did they come up with whip?
You whip it around?
Whip it around. I drive around like a maniac. My minivan is a sweet whip.
It is.
It's a great whip, man. It's the best car I've ever had.
Again, how did
All right, we got Quakes baseball in about 20 minutes. Any score from Stanley Cup Finals?
Yes, we do have a score.
No, we don't.
End of the first, 0-0.
Okay, that's good. I'll take it. We got about 2 minutes. I figured we'd finish up strong.
You could.
Jim, I know you're a huge fan of the show, but you probably don't catch every show.
You're right.
So I'm going to cut you a little slack. But we love to just have fun with we call them popsicle stick jokes. Just silly, random, funny, clean jokes.
Always clean.
This one's for everyone in the room. This one's free. What is a giraffe's favorite fruit?
I don't know, Pep Fernando's.
Nectarine.
Yay!
Bingo! Wowza! Hold on, let's do one or two more, just because I've got.
I spent a lot of time writing.
Me, right?
I've got the sense of humor of a 5-year-old. Wait, Jeff, I'm putting this one to the side. Do me a favor though. Do me a favor though. If I hand you this, you will not read this.
I won't read it. Let me see
We
it.
have a reputation to keep in the Inland Empire.
I promise I won't read it.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna pick another one.
Let me see it.
Jeff, why did you even pick that one, Jeff? What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Oh,
wait.
No.
No, I gotta say this one. This is
I can't read this one
I
either.
can read this one. What's the best thing about dating a homeless woman?
I just asked you not to read it.
You can drop them off anywhere. Come on, what's wrong with that one? It's a great one.
Did you read that one, Jim?
We're not in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir here. Come on, give me another one I can read.
Here's the clean one.
What?
Why did the salad go to the studio?
I don't. Oh, I know this one. I remember writing this.
That would be a good one. It's actually no, that's not the answer, but that would be a good answer.
No, what is it?
To get some beats.
No,
hold on, one more.
Come on.
Jeff, I just can't believe some of these you wrote down.
Give them to me. Give them to me. I'll read them. I have no problem. It's not the Mormon. We're not in a church. Come on. This is drive time.
Listen, I can't go through all.
Yes, you can. Oh, come on. There was no bad
is
ones
coming
in
up.
there.
This used to be a family
It
show.
used to be. It just quickly ended.
It's
Jim,
been nice knowing you, Jeff.
Jim, thanks for popping by. You'll be our new host when Jeff gets fired over here. Quakes baseball coming up in 20 minutes on the road at Lancaster. Mike Skog will have the call. First pitch at 6:35. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. You're off.
They weren't bad, but were they bad?